I'm at it again. Thanks, Shalem. Right about now, I was at it again with niggas and bitches and homies and friends. And that's how it begins.
What up, pimps? Nah, what up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Nonamerspodcast. I'm Nestor.
This
is Adrian.
And Arthur.
What was lame? The what up, pimps, or what?
You can get this fool in his head, dog. Just go, continue.
Dun, dun, dun. Loving the attitude. Dude, this fool finally brought the stapler. It's been a year, dog.
Because you ain't gonna staple it, right? So
staple. I was like,
Manic Monday, bro.
It was definitely a manic Monday. So let's say you win the lottery, right, for $25 million.
Mm-hmm.
But then your boy gets locked up.
Okay.
And he might do life, but the bail is 24.
Uh-huh.
Do you get him out?
No. You wouldn't be able to.
Why?
Because
what about if you could pay
25.
off the jury? If you pay off the jury for $24 million and they'll let him free, you pay off the judge. Would you pay off your boys?
There's taxes that you have to take into account.
No, wait, like in illegal activities, if you're paying off judges, there's taxes.
No, to get your prize money from the lottery.
I didn't say the lottery. I just said you get $25 million. You win $25 million.
Your first sentence was if you win.
All right, you win 25 straight up.
After taxes.
I guess after you have $25 million.
After taxes.
24 of those to set your homie free.
No.
Just fuck him?
Which one?
I don't know. Your homie, I don't know which one.
Then, yes.
A close friend of yours.
No, depending which friend.
So depending which friend, you'd spend $24 million to set him free.
His bail, yeah, because I'll get it back as long as he shows up to court.
I'll do it, wouldn't I?
Was that how? Yeah, I don't know how bail works.
Well,
if that's all it is?
Yeah.
You have to post bail.
Well, if bail is $24 million, that means...
So it's a flight risk. But you don't have to do 10% of that, right?
That's if you're doing a bail bond.
Oh.
See, the bail bond places, you pay them 10%. That's money you never get back.
Okay.
That's how they make their money.
Uh-huh.
Then they pay to post the bail on your behalf.
Uh-huh.
That's why they tell you if you don't show up to court, they look for you.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, most of the time you have to put collateral that's worth that bail.
Okay. That makes sense.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's how they make their money on 10%?
Yeah, because, think about it. 10% of whatever you're going to post. So most of them are like at least 1,000. So
well, I moved away from the bail just to make it seem like $24 million to set your homie free. You're paying off the judge.
Oh, so you never get it back?
No. It's like Western time, so you could just pay off the little county.
Negative,
huh?
No one gets set free.
How
No.
many?
You still have $1 million for that you didn't have before, and you have your homie.
What the fuck? No. Like logistically.
Logistically, what? You can't visit him. You just like.
Well, yeah, no. Logistically, you can't visit him. If he was a homie, he'd understand, dog. You ain't worth fucking 24 mil.
But you have $1 million, dog.
I don't give a fuck.
You came from nothing.
You ain't worth that shit, dog.
I'm not saying me, dog. I just read this on Twitter and I thought that was. I'm like, that's interesting.
That somebody did that?
No. Well, that one lady that won, she won.
That's 400 mil.
She won a fuckload of money and she kept bailing her boyfriend out.
Oh.
But he wouldn't go to court.
He
wouldn't go to court. Yeah, so she kept losing her money and he kept getting arrested and he kept and then the bail would get higher and she would keep bailing him out.
But he would never go back.
Damn.
So she just lose the money.
But she made like 400 mil. Okay. Well, no, because she was running through that shit like crazy.
Yeah, people.
Because then she not only she bailed him out, she bought him a new car and
the bitch was dick crazy from what happened.
Facts.
I guess.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't do it. It's worth fucking my 24 million.
Your homie's life ain't worth that shit.
He's still alive.
Well, you don't know. Okay. You don't know. What if he's gonna get killed?
Well, how did he get in there?
Yeah, I don't know. That's not the question. He's just in jail.
Dog, you ain't gonna get out, dog.
I'm paying for you. Now he's a pedophile. Now he's fucking Jared Fogle.
Yeah,
He's Sandusky for you.
Yeah, dog.
Facts, I ain't paying for him to get out. Fool. But I will pay like $500,000 for half who's like bust him out. Fool. So I can still keep my money fool, and I get my homie out.
We're both in tunnels.
But for a prize, B.
For the story, dog.
And then I'll catch up myself for the reward.
The reward
and then we're doubling money, man.
The sound investments, bro.
Didn't it cost Chapo like a couple million to build just like the infrastructure to build the tunnel for have him escape?
Yeah, but this is Western times, so money runs faster. So.
Well, then 24 million in Western times would be a fuckload of more money then.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be rich as fuck.
No, I was just like, I wonder if these fools think it's, I don't know, money or friendships. You know what I mean?
But would you?
Fuck no, dog.
Right? Like,
I'd just be like, if the judge is corruptible enough, you could use the money to find out his vice. Huh?
This will call me up, dog, for fucking, what was it? $500? For your fake fucking bail? And I'm like, hey, dog, what you do? I ain't gonna fucking post that shit, dog.
Facts.
True.
Facts.
Like,
but you probably already knew it was a prank call.
Yeah, well, you're really bad at those.
Hey, Don, trip out, Don.
Trip out.
This is my one phone call, Doc.
This is one phone call.
And I'm calling you from my cell phone, Doc.
That's true. It's true. No, we would start 67 or start 69.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
What's up, Doc?
What's up, Don?
I'm in jail, Doc. Trip out. I blew up a bus.
No, it was something about a gun because we had gone shooting.
No, you had said that your cousin had got him pulling over. He had an illegal weapon with him, and yet you were in jail.
No.
Yes.
Suck off the cuff.
You had a shitty excuse. Like, it was really bad, dude.
You always gotta suck off
That's
the
why
cuff.
I was like, wait, what is this fool calling me for? Like, I'm like, what do you mean you're in jail? Why are you in jail? Like, your cousin's the one. Nah, my cousin was tailgating and the cop pulled us over.
There's no way that would have happened.
Dog, you had a shitty fucking
tailgating. That didn't happen until 3 years after, dog. So that wasn't happening.
Nah, you said Felipe was fucking tailgating the cop.
No.
The cop got pissed off, pulled you guys
that
over.
happened years
then the
later,
fucking
dog.
Car. No, dude. I'm telling you, this is what I remember the story.
Well, you don't remember the story then.
I just remember you said that there was a gun in the glove box.
Because we all went shooting guns.
And it was supposedly illegal, and you got pulled over for some reason. They checked your vehicle
because he left it in there. Because he left it in there.
Like, how are they checking your vehicle? What are you talking about?
I'm not saying it was the smartest fucking prank call.
There's a pound of Colombian Bam Bam.
That fool gets away from the cops, though.
You don't drive fast, man.
You just take them stickers off.
You're not first, you're last, fool.
On Ricky Bobby shit?
That's what he said. There's a pound of Colombian Bam Bam under your car, fool.
Shake and bake, bro.
That fool gets away, fool. You don't remember the story, fool?
Yeah, man.
Wait, but why would this shit be on Twitter? Because of that lady?
Someone just put such stupid shit. Huh? You ever been on Twitter?
I don't have a Twitter, no.
It's wild. It's the wild, wild west.
Why do you say that?
It's wild.
Is buck wild?
You gotta be on it, but you're not on it, dog.
You ain't about that life, bro.
I don't think you could survive.
Get to step.
No, I don't know. It was just something I seen. I was like, oh well, I guess that's a conversation piece.
Yeah.
Like
what? The better question: what amount would you post up for the home?
For you?
Yeah.
Dick.
A little fat dick or what?
I'd rather give someone 24 million and just rate this food pound every day, B.
Give that little?
Give me a whole 3 inches of it.
I was like, B, can I pay someone 24 million to take this fool out of his misery already?
Yeah, because the first person I'm calling is Nestor when I got money issues.
Well, what if I won the money, dog?
I'm sure they'd take the money away because you cheated somehow. They disqualify you.
You cheated the system. Huh?
You're out the money.
You out the money.
Even though you just bought a house.
It's like, you owe us that plus the interest of what you already spent. It's like now you're in the hole for a dickload of money.
You're fucked for life, pussy.
No, it's just stupid. It's like Buster's Millions. It's just like a question about money.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you've never had money, you don't know how to spend it. Like
That amount of money, yeah.
Easy.
How would you spend it?
I'm buying an ox, nigga.
And just fucking renting it out, fool?
And just leaving an art's house.
In the front.
Till it loses the way. Then we remove the ox. The ox is a sign of shame that I place on my friends' houses when I want them to better themselves.
you just remind them of their daily struggles.
Send the ox.
Send the ox, bro.
That'd be high for these little animals to remind people of who they are.
What would you send Esther?
A little piggy.
Nice. What you send me?
Spider monkey.
A jellyfish.
Oh, jellyfish, yeah.
Is it spineless?
Because I like to piss on people?
Yo, but it's got some stinging power.
Because when that shit touches you, that shit leaves stings, dog. Burning sensations, pussy.
It happens.
Get yourself checked out.
Get yourself checked out, pussy. And not drop a toad off on other things at other people's houses.
I don't know. I think I'd post for, let's say, just the three of you guys. Like, Adrian, I'd probably post the most money because I don't think that was a flight risk.
You know, it's funny. Like every time there's a thing, you always choose Adrian for. But I don't know. I think you just don't know his character that well.
Why do you say that?
I don't think it's a flight risk, though.
I'm brave.
He killed kids, bro. You think he's gonna pay your money back? Dog?
Well, you said I don't need to get my money back from him. I'm putting it up, and it's gonna come back to me, right? As long as he does his day in court,
Yeah, that's how bail works.
right?
You never
That's
been in
how it
jail?
works. So I think I'd post the most for Adrian.
Do you think Esther's a flight risk? You
I don't think Nestor's a flight risk. I think he's second. I think he's second on my list.
Why would Juan not?
Juan is a flight risk, dog.
Never been. I always go to court.
I don't know, dog. I feel like Juan, you would be.
He has no smudges in his.
I've never missed a day in court. I've been every day.
Them charges, though, dog. I don't know.
I'm 11 for 11. I've never missed.
The only difference is you're not a first-time offender.
That's cool for them. And my bail be probably the highest one, though.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't doing some shit.
Yeah.
If I got caught up, you know I was doing.
I think
some
that'd
shit.
be my order. I think it'd be Adrian, Nestor, then Juan. No offense to Juan.
Out of disrespect, now I am running out of the country, though. You was right, pussy.
I'll just send that for the note from the Shawshank. Like look by
in Mexico.
I'm in Mexico. Look under the tree but I don't tell them which tree or where in Mexico I'm at.
Somewhere in Yellowstone.
And I send a shooter for retrieve the money, pussy.
Yeah. So that was that. I don't know. I'm gonna fucking mow you, dog. Like, is that interesting over there?
What?
That shit is hilarious.
What?
I don't know. It was funny.
Oh, it's funny.
Fucking guy.
When Mo checked you about your phone, dog.
I don't know about gambling.
About why'd you bet on the Raiders?
Yeah,
Why'd you jinx everybody?
I don't jinx anyone, dog.
You destroyed our perfect
The most upsets.
It's the most upsets of all.
He
Like,
bet on every single one of the upsets, dog. It's fucking dumb.
If you look at that Vegas thing, the list is basically every single person Adrian voted for. Betted on.
That's hilarious.
I should just bet against him and see what would happen.
Dog, you make money.
I would have made mad money, dog.
I was like, when you could have betted on the presidential election, why didn't you bet for Trump, you piece of shit?
I put $25, made a 170.
No, you didn't.
Okay,
You'd have to be a winner to do some shit like that.
I am a winner though. So let's bet you won. I'll wait.
I'll wait.
What's the last thing you won in life though? I'll wait.
It's been a minute.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. If ever.
If ever though.
I'll say Have you ever won a contest like where you like put your name on something down and then
I won a
like,
Without
spelling bee.
cheating?
huh?
I won a
Without
spelling bee, dog.
Spelling bee?
No, that's not a. Well, I guess that is
That
a
is a
contest,
contest.
but
It's a
like
contest.
more like
You
a.
spelled it into a bunch of
A
spigs,
raffle.
huh?
You mean a raffle?
I still won, fool.
Well,
bunch of
yeah,
spigs.
A raffle,
I
right?
was spig,
I
fool.
meant like that, yeah.
Yeah.
a raffle.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a
That's
spelling
why
bee is a
cheating.
contest, like, but I'm not like I didn't mean like
where
a
there's
raffle.
No skills.
How
literally
do you
just-
spell
like a
install?
chance.
INST.
How do you say uninstall? Uninstall.
Unistar is spelled YU.
I don't think I've ever won. I don't really fucking partake in raffles though.
Never.
I don't like raffles. It's a game of chance.
Like, but there's also like there's
Your
a
employee ones probably.
employee
You won the
raffle.
Oh, I
you
did
did-
win.
you did
I
win
win
a
when we
raffle.
went like 2 years ago. We went to
The Bose one, you won the Bose headphones.
and I won the
Mhm.
Bose headphones too.
Were those raffles?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
What's
a
that?
raffle.
Employee.
That's
You just
Right, right,
Some
right.
of us,
No,
some
no.
of us don't fucking just are little thieves. Man.
And the Beats one too, right?
no. That's right.
I
You would
bought
get a
the beats.
ticket when you would get into an
I bought
employee
the beats off
party.
my MacBook.
You would get like a ticket in the employee party, and then yeah, they would have a raffle, and then
Yeah.
you'd get stuff.
Yep.
I won Clipper Suite tickets at my job.
Didn't everyone get to go?
Not everyone got to go.
No.
Only
Oh, I
yeah.
thought like most like
People were
oh,
upset that they didn't get to go.
Oh,
Well, only if you have the day off.
but you ever want? Have you ever?
If you had the day off, it was fine. If you didn't have the day off, you can either call off if you have the days to, or you can come in
Switch.
early, or you can switch your day off.
But have you ever won like the main prize and a raffle? Like, there's like the church ones. Remember, like churches, like local churches would always sell like those dollar things, and then like they'd have money or like
Yeah.
a car.
Like first place was
Tickets.
$200 or something like that,
and then yeah, well then they had like Avon shit or
Money.
they'd raffle up stuff.
yeah.
You know,
As
for the
raffles, too.
church, and usually when it was usually around the time they were trying to do their festival to like
Mm-hmm.
to raise funds for the church. My grandma would win a lot, but then she'd buy a lot of tickets.
Mm.
Did she end up spending less than what the prizes were?
Yeah.
Probably. I doubt you drop $200 to get a $200 prize, but
You never know.
no, I mean she'd just buy them because like she sold near the church, so
Mhm.
she was just like a local staple of that church. So I mean, they'd sell them to her, she'd buy them, and she'd attend church and shit, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She would win a lot of stuff. I remember her like all the time winning.
Yeah.
I've won a main prize
When?
at work. The first so I got hired on a Friday, and my first day
You won the pink slip.
my first day to work was Monday,
Mhm.
but the employee party was a Saturday.
Uh-huh.
But they put my list.
Your name
They
on the-
put my name on the list. So I'm technically an employee.
Uh-huh.
And then my cousin hits because we work together. He's like, "Well, do you want to go? I mean, you're an employee now. I get like technically you want to meet your coworkers and shit."
Uh-huh.
I'm like, "Yeah, sure, fuck it, let's go." And back then you could bring a +1 because it was at the club.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't bring nobody. I just went with him, and I think he took his mom and dad.
Uh-huh.
But they wouldn't get tickets. So it's just like employees get tickets. And then the lady's like, "Hey, I've never met you before." And I'm like, "Yeah, I just got hired." And they're like, "Oh shit, cool. Oh well, welcome." And then like, I got my first like meeting like all the new like basically coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
I get my ticket. And then then like the whole rest of the night it's just like meeting new people. But
Did
then
you Barack the cocktail?
I tried to.
I have to.
I miss Obama though.
Finish your story, stupid.
Uh-huh.
I miss Obama.
Fuck
Yeah.
Obama.
So the raffling prizes, and back then they had a lot of because they would hook it up, so there was a lot of like concert tickets, and like the Kings weren't great, but they would have like box tickets for the
Mhm.
Kings back then, or box seats for the Clippers, because the Clippers also weren't that good.
Yeah.
And then they would have not floor seats, but like really good seats for the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was into that, but like the main prize was a steak dinner at Laurie's, which is like the fancy restaurant
Mm-hmm.
downstairs. and everyone wanted that one. And I remember I was like, I hadn't won shit, and I just figured, oh, like not everyone's gonna get to win, even though they had a bunch of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, and then they fucking call my number, and I'm like, what? And I go up there, and I had just been presented to all the new people. Like my cousin had took me around, like, hey, this is the new coworker, it's my cousin or whatever. Everyone looks at me and they're like, what the fuck? He hasn't even started yet. People are mad. They're like, it's rigged. Basically, I was just
let's just curb your enthusiasm to the max. Dog.
I mean, part of me thought it was like funny, but like other part of me was like, I thought that was hype.
And the third part, I was like, fuck, man, one steak dinner ain't gonna fool me up.
And then I was like, but then I never even got to use it.
You gave it away.
I didn't give it away.
This was never used. You could have gone.
I guess I could have gone, but I never did.
You gave it away.
Well, I didn't give it away. I was asleep. My cousin showed up and he just, hey, where's that coupon? And I was like, what? It's like it was just laying in my room somewhere, like in my dresser or whatever, like on top of my dresser.
Yeah.
It's like I think it's on top of the dresser. He just grabbed it and took off, and I was like, when I woke up, I was like, yo, they just hit me with a drive-by.
Your cousin made sure you got the job before, so you had 2 raffle tickets.
Probably.
But I mean, I guess he did get me the job, so I mean, in a way,
Yeah.
you know, there's some tap back.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. I don't know, but it was still expensive dinner, so I doubt they probably still had to pay out of pocket because I think it was like $100,
Mm-hmm.
and like a steak dinner is $40. So it's like if you're gonna go with someone else,
And drink and all that.
yeah, you'd probably have to pay out of pocket regardless.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't think of any other raffle I have won. I've like won stuff at school, but I already had told the story where I like leaned it against heavily on my favor.
Yeah.
So that that doesn't technically count.
It doesn't count.
Yeah,
Technicalities.
but yeah, I can't think of anything else. You guys ever won anything? You ever won anything?
Well, like a major prize in a raffle. I don't really do raffles.
Or like any raffle?
That's all I won.
The Clipper ticket. That's it. You too?
I think
You never won shit?
Yeah, for the church, I think I won like $200 or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you kept them.
You donated them back to the church?
Yeah.
I won other small shit, but I can't really remember what it was.
Yeah, the biggest thing I can remember is the $200. That's probably the biggest prize I've won.
What about like? Have you ever called into a radio station try to win shit?
No.
Yeah, me neither. How about you, Juan?
I always thought like it's
I thought
winnable.
you have called radio stations, right?
Oh, to say hi.
Yeah, I've called radio stations when I was like 12 years old.
What's up?
Sports.
Sports? What? Like 7:50 like AM channel?
Klein was the first time I called a sports radio show.
What'd you say?
They let me on. I was defending MMA, but I didn't have a good argument. I'm like,
What was your argument?
I'm like, you don't get it. Like, because Lee Klein, some old Jewish cat, he was basically saying he couldn't watch
It's too
MMA.
brutal.
He's like, it's too gruesome. Like, there's no strategy in it. It's not like boxing and stuff. So I called in and I started saying, like, nah, MMA, there's not that many concussions. It's just repeating the shit that generally people would say.
Yeah.
But I was going to say my 2 cents. I remember I called, I waited online on the fucking landline.
Yeah.
And I had an old phone that I had in my room. So I hooked up. It was where you would hook it up. What are the fucking old ones? It was like a
jack?
Yeah, it was just an old ass phone. Like,
yeah.
So I hooked it up to my jack because there was one in my room.
Yeah.
Hooked it up to my jack. I called in the middle of the night. This is probably like 1 a.m. Cause
You're 12. You're not asleep.
nah, dog. I was.
But
always...
you've always been that person who don't sleep, right?
So I called like 1 a.m. I'm pretty sure he was like, "What the fuck?
Why is a 12-year-old awake?"
They heard me because they have their
Screeners.
their screeners. I don't know how they let me through, dog. Because I remember I tried calling another talk show, and they're like, "Hey, man, no, you're too young." I can hear it in your voice. It's like you can't be.
Maybe
making
you're
calls
fucking.
right now.
We're making mad sense, dog. You're like.
MMA's for
Thought
the
I was
people,
gonna get
dog.
on there and yell "Baba Booey." So stupid. Shit.
Baba boy. They probably see a little kid. They probably think he's just gonna say something stupid.
Fuck
Yeah.
Santa Monica.
Nah, but I remember that was the first time I ever called a radio station.
That's cool.
Asian, have you ever called the radio station?
No, I mean I've never even tried. Just it seems like
Not even like
cool.
because you feel so important that you think it should be known that MMA is a viable sport.
It's viable. I mean, I don't like it.
Hey, it was the way of the future, dog.
Hey, you saw it coming, dog. I don't even know what like AM. Were you listening to AM radio like sports?
AM.
That's fucking hilarious.
1050 at the time.
Oh yeah,
1050, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Man cow in the morning, dog.
Man. Yeah, I listen to 570 still. Man,
Call him fucking up. Hey, bro. It's funny. Wait, you called to say hi at the radio stations?
Mm-hmm.
Like just
I
like
called multiple times.
like
One to
like
Loveline and then one to
to Loveline. What you talk about on Loveline?
I made up some story because I thought it would be funny.
Oh,
Oh.
didn't you fucking call the what's his name?
Felipe's podcast.
Felipe.
That's not a radio station.
Oh, it's not a radio station.
Nah, that's a podcast. It's not like
I've always been into radio.
yeah. Well, what was your
You
story?
had me fool that you were
facts,
into
bro.
men.
What was your story that you made up for Loveline?
But some dog had blown me for if that was normal.
Shut the fuck up! No, you
That's
didn't.
hype. What they tell you?
He said it's not normal.
But
You took Doc. What the fuck is?
Fuck you,
I
dog.
swear.
Wait, it's Doctor. What the fuck's his name?
Dr. Drew.
Dre.
Dr.
Dr. Drew. So you told Dr. Drew that a dog blew you, dog? No, you didn't.
I swear to God.
There's
How old are
files of this shit because they would record and then file and store them all on the internet.
17. My name was Omar.
DJ Omar Khan. Get the fuck.
My name was
out.
Omar Rodriguez.
I think if we Google right now, Omar Rodriguez Loveline gets blown by a dog, something should pop out. That's like,
You should. Man.
what the fuck? Wait, like, were you just trolling him? Like, you were bored?
Obviously, what the fuck is he?
I was bored.
But you were by yourself, or were you trying to make other people
No,
laugh?
by
All
myself.
by himself.
What?
What the? That's even weird.
I was listening to Loveline. It was boring. It was a boring episode.
And you think
So I was like,
you
I'ma
thought
spice it up.
you
Let's
thought
Spice this
I
shit
gave them material, dog.
Yeah.
It's true.
Dude, if you're a fan of the show, you gotta spice it up, man.
you gotta throw some curveballs.
Get blown.
Loveline hired me.
Get blown.
Blown by a dog. Wait, and you said you called something else. What else did you call? Ryan Seacrest?
I called K-Rock as well, but when Jay Moore was there to say what's up, because the league niggas was there.
Oh, that's right. They would have on
The
Love
league
Line.
guys were there.
Yeah, they would have like Paul Shear and Nick Kroll, right?
No.
And I just called in because I was like, yo, I love the league, dog.
Just to say what's up.
And did you get on? Did you get
I
on?
got on. Say what's up.
Did you say Jay Moore?
And I called in when Jay Moore, when he was first starting his podcast. I called in then.
When he was on Love Line?
Mm-hmm.
And what'd you tell him?
I told him to do the Tracy Morgan impression.
Get you pregnant.
Like you needed to tell him to do it for you.
He had already done it. That's what made me laugh. So he started doing it again. I told him, what's the ghetto mating called, Jay? And then we'll just start doing this.
Yeah.
That's high.
Maybe it's like now you're just setting him up just to sell his own shit.
Hey, dog,
That's his
That's what I'm about, B. I'm trying to make shows better. Bro.
It's just like, hey, what are these allegations that if you've stolen jokes? Like now he has to defend himself.
I heard you stole Brett Kreischer's joke, pussy.
Oh, that'd be fun. Well, that's got you journalism though.
That leads him right into his Joe Pesci, dog. Do I look like a clown?
Get your shine box, man. Yeah, I only called that Felipe Esparza podcast. I've never called anything.
Yeah, bro.
I
But
called
you
those fools too.
Huh?
I called
Yeah,
those
you
fools
called us too, but like, nah, it wasn't like that's not. There's something about being on the radio. I like you first. You get to the screener, and then like, and then like, all right, we're gonna put you on, and then like you can hear what they're saying on the radio, and then like, boom, then you're on.
Just get on there and drop spigs.
I'm
I'm a big Spig fan of yours, though.
And then like I think Kevin and Bean, there was a a recording thing. You could like leave a message and then they play it the next day.
No.
I thought that was funny. I always thought, oh, one day I'm gonna come up with something funny and just say like drop that shit.
You still haven't figured it out?
I haven't come up with anything funny. Well, that and I just stopped giving a fuck
Santa
about.
Monica 13.
Oh, that's funny though. For the fuck Santa Monica.
Who said that?
This dude had like a public access show,
Uh-huh.
and he'd take call-ins while he's like, because his whole shtick is that he's on the walker, like he'd do like exercise,
He'd exercise and
paint,
paint.
and make food,
Oh, okay.
right? And take calls.
Because
Okay.
it's all about doing a lot at once.
Multitasking.
He's the ultimate multitasker.
Mhm.
So then these fucking
It was a call-in section of the thing.
but like a bunch of cholos would call in
To
and
ask
just
for
says
advice.
fuck Sureños, fuck Santa Monica, and then just drop gang shit. Fool.
No, they would be like, "Hey, fool, if I catch that fool, I'm gonna fuck that fool up."
Oh, the guy painting his shit.
No, the fool on the phone would
The
be
fool
banging
on the phone,
on the TV, basically.
Who the fuck?
And the phone would be like, "Oh shit, dog."
It's like if you call and then you start gangbanging, not towards the guy, just to
No,
everyone who's
to-
watching.
In general, dog.
Whoever's
To the
watching,
audience,
whoever's
pussy.
watching public access, that's what he's gangbanging to?
Yeah, it's like
And
if
he
you
was putting a warning out there that if you saw somebody who's gonna fuck that fool up on site, fool,
That's hype.
and it's just Santa Monica 13 puto. And the guy would pick up and hang up, and he was like, "All right, we're done with phone calls for the day." Because once that one started, everyone started.
That's
Damn,
hilarious.
how many fucking people were watching that fucking show that had no lives, dog? Like,
It's probably this one for his homies.
Yeah,
You
they were
forget
getting
also,
a
like-
kick out of it.
it's not like now with the internet. Like this shit's like early 90s. There's like people used to watch like huddle around and watch TV a lot,
Dumb TV too.
you know, and some people didn't have cable, so they just throw whatever the fuck on. So a bunch of you and your homies or the same high school just gets caught on into the, hey, have you been watching this public access channel? That one fool fucks around, and then chicks would call in and just start completely moaning like they're getting fucked, and then that fool just starts freaking out.
shut the fuck up.
Oh, or then they start leading him on like it's a real thing, and out of nowhere they're just like, "Fuck Santa Monica, da big gang tres and shit." And then that fool's all like, "Oh, we got another one of those callers."
Oh, so it's like Howard then.
Huh?
Yeah, basically. It's the
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Baba
I
Booey
mean
one.
it's no different than what the Richard and Sal would do the prank calls.
That's funny.
Oh, yeah.
That's
If you-
funny.
radio stations just steal like the shit that people do
Yeah.
because it's funny.
I mean, that shit's hilarious. It's
Lupa Luface or whatever.
Being
Yeah.
a troll, fool, that's just hilarious.
Luther Lufe. dog.
Luther Lufe.
I was like, how did that fool? I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I don't think LA has the best radio. I never like.
Everyone's fake, dude. And most
What do
people
you
aren't
mean?
from
What
LA.
are you talking about?
How,
dog?
like, is there like one radio station that like, oh, that
Big
was,
Boy was killing it for the longest.
yeah, but like if you think about
He
it
was
now,
doing
it's like,
so good that fucking he got
Bought
fucking
out by Heart.
Yeah.
iHeartRadio.
that shit was corny though.
iHeartRadio.
Oh my god. Dog, you
iHeartRadio is the foods that's the foods that are the real 92.3.
you would just listen
Oh,
to
that's
Kevin
right.
and Bean, dog.
That's an
You had one
iHeartRadio.
station you listen to.
No,
I'll listen to Kevin.
And Kevin and Bean is good.
Yeah.
Now?
you like Kevin and Bean?
And compared to like radio across the country, yeah,
Mhm.
it's pretty good. That's
Well-
why it's in so many markets.
That's true.
Like
When you get put on,
radio stations that are on multiple markets means that they're good.
yes. That's why Mancow from Chicago or whatever was in the LA market.
Because
For
he
a
was
while.
good.
It was a racist though.
Yeah, dog, but
He was funny, though.
so our sophomore Cuban
Like,
fucking
well, they,
kick
the
was-
only reason we listened to that was for the prank call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because Arthur said so. And Arthur said it was funny. So I was like, I'm going to do it.
We would put it on while we were getting ready for school, and then
Mhm.
once the prank call finished, then we'd switch.
Well, because the rest of it's talk radio, it's meant for
Yeah.
adults, and if you're not,
No, I was always into talk radio.
yeah, but I'm saying if you're not into like the topics you're talking about, then
Mhm.
it's just talk radio. You're just like, what am I listening to
True.
people talk?
Is LA becoming the new Mexico? You be the judge. It's like always like really divisive topics.
Yeah, it's talk radio.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's like looking back at it now, it's like, oh, it wasn't that good, man. But then again, it's not like when you
Then again,
grew
you're
up.
more mature
We
now.
were
Like,
fucking kids.
It wasn't
you
about
shouldn't-
being
you shouldn't-
mature. It was just about
dog, it's the same quality.
when
It's
you
just
grew
that-
up with podcasts. It's crazy to like go back and listen to radio in the same way, where because like podcasts feel way more personal. Then again, you could choose the subjects because you could choose what podcast or what type of podcast you want to listen to. And,
that in most radio is lowbrow as fuck.
Yeah.
They have to.
yeah, I mean, like on a drive, you'd have
When
to
we were
listen.
kids, Mancow was legit.
It was hilarious. I liked it.
Because it was lowbrow as fuck.
Yeah,
As a kid,
it's
lowbrow,
sophomoric as fuck.
lowbrow comedy is hilarious when you're fucking a kid.
And then you'd
Mhm.
have to listen to way more ads than actual content. I think it would feel like. I mean, I'm not
I
like the
wouldn't
guy
feel
who's
it
like
like-
against radio. I'm just saying like
You
That's the way it
advanced into
felt.
Podcasts, and then that's why it was like, oh, now.
yeah.
But that's what podcast was before radio, talk radio.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
Mhm.
I still listen to Howard. Like from back in the day, like I'll listen to 90s terrestrial like radio Howard Stern, but like I guess I don't know, it felt like it had a lot less ads back then. Then like there was way less commercial breaks than it is now. But maybe they charge more for an ad and that way they had to have less of it. I don't know how it works, but
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I don't know. Not to get into, we got into the whole radio spiel, but yeah. What are you talking about? Raffles? Have you won any raffles? Fucking, there's now to
fucking spit up my
now to buy shoes, you have to get into raffles. You know that? Like,
What?
if you want to get like,
Waiting list?
yeah, like if you
Buy
want to
sh-
get the
Come
high end shoes, it's because there's a limited supply. Like, not everyone gets to get Yeezys for market price. So you'd have to get in a raffle. I'm sticking with the raffle theme. That's why.
Alright.
Yeah, you turn the light off.
This one doesn't want to be in complete darkness.
Nah, B, I don't fuck with it all. Ninjas might come and attack you, B.
And get you though.
That's how they got the Ninja Turtles.
They swept them.
The Ooze got those foods, dog.
Those fools were sleeping, chilling in April's house, and a bunch of ninjas came through with the Foot
Mhm.
Clan. They burned that bitch down.
Do you think the Ninja Turtles would have had a lot better life if they would have just stayed turtles?
No. Why
Why
would
not?
have gotten eaten by rats?
They wouldn't be sentient beings.
Well, they would have gotten eaten by rats.
Yeah.
Dude.
Facts.
Do rats eat turtles?
Rats eat anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They,
They'll eat.
they garbage, B.
I mean, but that's not like it's a living like.
What do you think they're gonna like? Not
Okay,
eat
back
it?
If
in
the turtles
back in
retract
the day,
themselves?
on the battlefield when there was dead bodies, the
Yeah.
rats would come and eat the people that were dead.
Yeah, but that's a dead thing. You know what I mean?
You don't think
It's
it-
like,
you don't think they're capable of killing?
can they crack through the through?
You
the
eat
thing?
it.
You eat the head. What are you talking
No,
about?
but you
They
could
just
crack
need to-
through it. They
they-
could bite through metal.
Yeah,
They
the
can
rats.
put the little. They have the fucking hands.
But
that
also,
can
like,
go
don't the
in.
sewers lead to the ocean?
Mm-hmm.
What if the turtles would make it all the way to the ocean, and now the rats have to play in an
But
uneven
they
playing,
salt- even in the ocean.
Yeah, but were there
uneven playing
saltwater
field?
turtles?
Huh?
No, that's the other thing. If they're not saltwater souls, they die.
Uh-huh.
They're not
In
fucking
Secret
them.
of Ooze, them fools lived for a good minute on, and that's the what ocean's the one on New York? Is that
The channel.
no?
The Atlantic Ocean.
That's the Atlantic. They were in there for a minute, so they gotta be saltwater turtles. So. If we're going by movie rules, so,
Because they didn't live in
But
the
movie
water.
wasn't
They didn't
the
live in it,
origin
but
of
they-
the fucking
they were
turtle
able to
in
fucking
comics.
show
that
them.
water's polluted as fuck.
Yeah,
dog.
That's just terrible.
I think you could drop.
They're
a couple-
radioactive turtles, B.
Yeah.
Can we agree that they're patriots, though? Can we agree
Are they?
that the turtles are
Are
patriots?
they?
They were around when the fucking dog.
I bet the turtles would knee.
They were taking. Well, they were taking a knee, but that's
Ralph
just.
would. Leo wouldn't, because that fool's a corporate stooge.
I think everyone would take a knee. It's the right thing to do.
Leo's an Uncle Tom.
Knock.
He's a Captain America.
Mikey wouldn't even participate for that fool be fucking
Sometimes,
around.
like you know what I mean.
On
Like
Zans.
Yeah.
you probably think that like
He wouldn't show up.
If
out of
shit
the
like-
tunnel.
I bet you got braids, B. He'd have braids for that were different colors. That's what Mikey would
If
look
Spider-Man doesn't get bit by the spider, I mean, yeah, he's a nerd and the rest of high school sucks. But one, maybe Uncle Ben doesn't die.
He goes
And
to
two-
work for Osborn.
And then
Yeah,
he
he'll
like
probably go
works
to
for a
MIT.
good company,
Yeah.
gets
Or
6
read.
figures.
He could either go work for Oscorp or he could work
I think
for
he
the
would work for
Baxter,
Oscorp.
or
He
the
makes-
Baxter Institute.
He
His
gets
best friend, dog.
Oh.
Reed?
No.
Oh, Oscorp.
Mm.
Then he gets good money from.
Or the Baxter Institute.
You know,
They look for young talents.
then maybe they,
Or
he-
Stark Industries, pussy.
he's piping on the reg. You know what I mean? Is his life better then, or did the spider then
Or maybe he
send
becomes
off?
young Zuckerberg. Fool.
Yeah,
Exactly.
He's a computer scientist.
It's like how many heroes?
That fool creates
If
Ultron.
that shit doesn't happen,
Mm-hmm.
like that event that turned them have a better life. If it
Nah.
wouldn't have happened,
I think he dies in high school.
Mm-hmm.
why? Who would kill that? fool?
Flash.
Flash. That fool torment
That
the
fool
shit
bullied
out
the
of
shit
him.
out and that fool hang himself though.
You think he'd go the whole
We'd have to
suicide
deal
bully
with
shit?
fucking emo Spider-Man.
I don't know, dog. I think people have killing them. Like a lot of people have killed themselves because of bullying, right?
Uh huh.
Mhm.
I don't know. Like I feel like bullying's happened the whole time. You think like it would have driven him to suicide?
Mhm.
I don't. Well, because I guess I'm trying to think it out in my head. It's like have
There's a
people
different level of bullying now.
Yeah.
like what mental, physical? Like what do you
You
mean?
know, well, you still get the same old school dope ass bullying that we had as kids, where it's just at school.
Yeah.
But now you go home and you still get bullied
No,
online.
exactly. Peter Parker. Like,
There's no escape.
You know, this shit wasn't like now.
If it just becomes young anonymous,
He creates a fucking secret league.
Just
then-
a hacker.
and then he creates Ultron.
He creates Ultron. Like Batman, definitely. You know, if his parents don't die,
That fool's a weirdo though.
then he
dude.
just grows up rich.
Then he's just
Yeah.
an asshole.
Then he's just an ass.
He's just Lex Luthor,
Mm-hmm.
Well, why is he an asshole? Like he's just a
because he's an
philanthropist.
overprivileged kid. He's a 1%er.
Yeah.
Well, are you saying all 1%ers are assholes?
Most of them.
No, but it, like,
Like,
let's-
what if he's a
logistic-
philanthropist and gives back to
They're out
Gotham?
of touch. Fool.
Well, yeah, his life is not your life, but that, like, you know, it's
Well,
not like
fucking help
him
me
as
then.
Batman is pretty much in touch with
That fool beats
everybody.
up on poor people every night. Fool.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Okay.
if his parents don't die, then he doesn't become Batman. I don't know. Maybe he goes to the best schools, lives a normal life.
He go to the best school.
He doesn't probably live in Gotham.
Huh? He
Probably doesn't live in Gotham.
probably doesn't live in Gotham.
He'd probably fucking live in
He live in the same place he lives right now, outside of Gotham,
Yeah,
in the Wayne Manor,
That's what I'm saying.
traveling the world, fucking on hoes.
but Gotham wouldn't be his whole thing.
How
His
is that
whole
not a
reason
better
for
life?
His love for Gotham was because of his pops.
Oh, I'm just saying he's a piece of shit. Fool.
Nah, what make you just because he's a 1%er, he's a piece of shit? That's not necessarily true.
Facts.
Nah, just having money doesn't make you an asshole.
No, it makes you out of touch, and then you become an asshole.
Like I don't know, like what can he do to be grounded in reality?
Best case
I guess?
scenario, he'd go into politics.
Base case?
Best
No,
case,
he'd just run this company,
yeah.
but he wouldn't. He
But
wouldn't.
if he was
he wouldn't-
going the route of like Batman
He
type
wouldn't.
shit,
No, he wouldn't appreciate as much. He wouldn't need to. There's
he
no.
wouldn't, yeah.
The catalyst for him wanting to make a change to stop crime was because his parents died of it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't give a fuck before. He was just a kid.
Yeah,
So if his parents never die, he never
They
wants to
lived in
stop
it.
crime.
yeah.
He just is a kid that
He lived
had
in
a
a
good
bad
life.
city.
Well, he doesn't even live in the bad city.
No.
He lives outside the city.
True.
He lives in the. It's like
The
if you live
manor,
in
yeah.
Beverly Hills, but he works in downtown LA.
Yeah.
He's basically
There's a
barren.
show in the downtown LA that he went to.
That's it.
He hates Zorro. Fool. Like that's the only thing we know about Bruce Wayne.
So
little
he'd go.
kid.
His daddy would continue his work as being a doctor and the head of the Wayne.
Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
The Wayne. Whatever.
But what if like his dad
Wayne-
sends
Wayne Corp.
There we go.
corporation or whatever? Like what if his daddy, you
and
know?
then he'd just take the company over once his daddy wanted him to take the company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
so
all he
how
did.
does
But
that make
it
him out?
could-
How
it
is that
could
not a
either-
better
It
life?
could go either way, dog. He could reject his father, or he could go the way of his father.
But his father is not a bad man.
No, his father's a great man. His
Exactly.
father was a better man than him.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to live in the shadow of his father, or it could have gone either way. Like the hypotheticals you're creating. The reason the death is so fucking part of who Batman is because that shit affected him, dog. He didn't grow up with parents. Yeah, he had Alfred, but in his head, he's like, my childhood, like, my whole life has got fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
But then Alfred wouldn't be important to him.
Well,
He'd just be a butler.
Yeah.
He'd probably just treat him like the help.
Hence him being an asshole.
That doesn't make him an asshole. Like, he's paying him. He's just the help, though. I mean...
And then you got to think about who his friends would have been. They're all privileged 1%ers. So what the fuck? He may be a good person. He may have been raised right, but if he's kicking it with a bunch of fucking
Anderson
yuppies,
Cooper's a 1%er. You think he's a piece of shit? He's a blue blood.
Anderson Cooper, for real?
Anderson Cooper's a blue blood.
Yeah, but that was not.
you know Anderson Cooper? That's dope.
What?
I know you knew him.
Well, I'm just like...
you know a persona of him,
I'm
but
sure,
personally, you don't know who the fuck he is.
But I'm pretty sure
So-
Anderson Cooper didn't live the normal 1%er life since he's gay, so that he probably felt some adversity growing up gay.
Also that.
So he didn't live the typical 1%er lifestyle.
What if Bruce Wayne,
He's not gay.
he's also
He's
gay?
a pussy hound. Bro.
What if you...
Even losing his parents, that didn't affect that fool's driving the fuck hoes on the reg. That fool pounded every bitch he could, bro. So you gotta know about him. He pushed her down, bro.
He lives on micronaps.
That fool's in love with so many hoes and he pushed her down on them, bro.
Selena,
that's
And he's
all-
emotionally unavailable to get into a relationship.
And he only sleeps...
I'm Batman.
I gotta go fuck some fools up right now.
Yeah.
He's just about that action.
He's a mad bro, dog. He puts on
The
a
fool just
costume.
bros out
He
with Alfred?
bros out, dog.
And then he goes pounding on fools up. He's going a little pound rave.
Not in my hood.
You gotta protect the frat, bro.
He's holding down the hood,
That
dog.
was totally
And then
skull.
he's just pounding on hoes that he fucks up too. Fool. That was punched some hoes that he's been with. Fool.
Joker?
He laid the beat down on Catwoman, then he pipes her. Fool. That's
Joker's
hype,
too effeminate, dog. He's gotta catch a whooping, dog.
What's up with this clown, right?
Why
fucking
you got makeup on, homie?
you fucking up my vibe, B. We're all black party right now.
Yup, broed out hard.
You're too vibrant, B.
Look,
You and your little weird girlfriend, dog.
Yo, let's beat up this short fool with the fucking umbrella. The homie gotta live, kick his ass.
they're making him out to be a bully. I'm like, what if he's just
Shut with this weird technology nigga with the glasses, man.
he's just
Fuck you and your eye sensations, man.
he's just a philanthropist who like goes to Africa and builds houses and shit. Like, I could see him being that too. You know?
For the molester of children, though.
Who?
Batman, B.
I don't know who else.
Now,
Who
who knows
else?
his way around the young boy's body?
Who else? Who else would that work? See,
Oliver Queen's the same thing.
Yeah.
like he does.
He was a proven asshole
Yeah.
before he became.
He was a dick.
Mm-hmm. He was a party animal.
Because he was a 1%er.
Oh,
Tony Stark, same thing. He's still an asshole.
Yep, he's an asshole, but you know.
But he's Mexican food, so he's an alcoholic, so it's understandable. It's a disease. That shit affects our people.
Antonio.
Antonio Stark, pussy.
So I mean, his parents don't die. Then he probably doesn't get kidnapped, or you know what I mean.
Then he's not trying to bomb the enemy.
So you believe in that, like one event could change your whole life.
yes.
Yeah, dog. One bad car crash. Fuck.
I think every
One bad slip. One bad breakup.
One bad breakup.
Yeah.
What event? One event can you trace back that has made you the person you are today?
there's
Not-
a lot.
Well, mine's easy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if yours is easy, what's yours?
It's a back thing.
His back injury, though.
That was nothing for you. Were fucking up and at him and like what?
He was out of commission for about
What
a
did that
year,
change
right?
in you? Fool?
What did I change? I mean, I think
This fool.
I think I'm more calm now.
calm. You think you were not calm before?
No, dog. I don't have no patience for fuck niggas. It makes you appreciate everything, I guess. Because I mean, before you think everything's going fine, and then out of the blue, you lose. You're like,
Do you feel you're more appreciative now?
oh fuck, I hate everyone. But that's just me, though.
So, how was it
So yeah,
changed,
like,
dude?
how does
No,
that-
I mean, I'm better. Like I see shit like different, and then like
Wait, since then you now need glasses, so you see shit less.
No, I've needed glasses since like sophomore year of college.
You're not in denial for like your brother?
Oh no, dude, the fuck? Why? Why fucking not?
Hey, your boy got 20/20 vision.
That motherfucker couldn't drive to Vegas because he couldn't see at
He has
night.
night blindness.
Yes, night.
His
What
night.
kind of old ass man or you can't see in the goddamn
That fool has night terror. Fool. Fucking sees himself in the mirror, dog.
So you think you're back?
What is that?
You think you're back?
Have I gotten this bad, dog?
You think the thing with your back changed the course of your life?
No, he's more vulnerable. For...
Yeah, definitely. Dude,
If, like, let's say the thing with your back doesn't happen, where are you now? Or are you
Yoked as fuck, dog.
yeah, pretty much. I was lifting every day.
Being a
God
mad.
damn, this fool would have been a fucking
Uh,
beast.
from where, dog?
Stacked,
From
but
where,
would have
dog?
been fucking ridiculously yoked,
the
dog.
fool ain't been hanging out with us no more.
Nah, he'd just come home, give you a noogie, dog.
Would have been just stacked out fucking hoes.
He'd be
But like
lifting
good
you,
quality
dog.
hoes. Higher quality hoes.
Does Nestor want ups? And he just lived Nestor.
what I think? I don't know. I thought
He would have been on Wall Street right now.
I would have been on Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
Killing him.
I would have been Wall Street, but I am the street, man.
Giving you 10 pushes for every stock he just killed.
He would have been at least on 2 fucking seasons of the American Ninja Warrior.
The only man to beat him
And
with
one
one
on
hand.
The Bachelor.
Yeah, one on The Bachelor, dog.
Being the only bachelor to not even find a match because he's always subpar.
It's like
Excuse me, you're not up to my quality. No one gets a rose. The show's over.
The
you don't
biggest season of The Bachelor.
you don't have the ZD for like
I
send it
give
back.
this rose to myself.
I can only love me. I love me some me for some T.O. shit.
We need to get some more celebrity hoes up in this piece. Fuck these bucket ass bitches.
I don't fucking hang with normies. So that well, where do you think you'd be for real? Because that yoke shit, I don't.
No, I mean, I would have lost interest in the gym. She gets boring after a while. But
Well, no, because you've been going to the gym every day, but you're not yet. You know, it's like if you don't like, you were eating like shit back then. It's not like
yeah,
it wasn't happening for you back then either.
true. I mean, what would be different?
Yeah.
I would have a different job.
You'd probably be still stuck in that other job. And
No.
you-
The-
no?
No.
No, that
The
shit.
furniture one?
That shit ran its core, and that shit was going under because that was a really small company, so it's about to go under
Right.
Or explode.
or explode. Yeah, either or. I could.
And now you're CEO.
I own the company.
He's a hostile takeover.
And that company was IKEA. I was on the ground floor, dog.
I was gonna say,
Um,
what would have been different? I probably would have gotten my master's or like been in the process already.
really?
I think so.
I think you were over school once you graduated. I don't know if you.
I'm over school now, but I mean, not making.
What do you mean? You haven't been to school in years?
Well, yeah, but like I want to go back, but it's like it's ridiculous just because like I don't want to pay $100,000. That's ridiculous bullshit.
You're scared of it.
I mean,
Scared.
I'm gonna have to. There's no way around it.
You're gonna have to be scared of it.
There's no way around it.
So you feel like you'd go back to school? You would have been at school right now?
I think yeah, probably my first year. That was the whole plan. Like before 30, get my master's.
That was the plan.
That was like the plan in my head. Yeah. Also, being in constant pain kind of sucks all the time now.
Are you still in pain?
Yeah,
Do
shit.
you still hurt? Like, does it still hurt?
Damn.
Not as much. Like definitely not as much.
But like, is it the pain that how it started before? Like, is
oh no, definitely not.
It's just a chronic pain.
yeah.
like what? Like
Instead
because if you have metal rods when the weather changes,
oh
you
no,
say
oh that's why
affects it.
that's why LA's so great because I mean we don't really have weather.
Mm.
Like if I live in Minnesota, maybe it'd be different.
Well, yeah. Well, then you'd be in constant pain because all the time the weather like it gets cold and it hurts and then it gets hot and it hurts. So what makes it hurt? Just everyday life?
Which is normal. Yeah, being sitting down for fucking 10 hours a day.
Oh, well, I guess that strains your back. I mean, that would have hurt regardless.
No, that shit never hurt before.
Yeah, but you had
But,
to
like,
constantly
lower-
sat for like
lower-
months on months.
That's true. I only had like maybe a year.
And then when you do it in school, you're young, dog. You don't even feel that shit.
That's true. And you get to walk around and
You need to
shit.
stretch more, G.
No, I do. I work. I try to get up every hour.
Or be one of those guys that gets a standing desk, and then you can sit
can,
down.
but like I'm in a cube farm and when I stand up, I could see.
Everybody.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then they fucking see the top of my head because, I mean, it's a cubicle. It's not
Right.
supposed to be that big.
Or get one of those balancing balls. Work out your core.
I'm waiting.
You just have fucking washboard
Nah,
abs.
I'm gonna get everyone fucking one. And then when they get me mad, just pop their shit.
Pop their shit. Fool.
But what? How different would my life have been?
Yeah. I was just like, if that doesn't happen, where you at now? You think
That shit happened 23 to 24.
It happened.
3 years ago.
It happened 3 years ago around this time.
Yeah.
Because like it was 2 days ago that I was like, hey, it was 3 years ago you were in surgery.
Yeah, I got fucking tossed that day.
So, in 3 years, that event doesn't happen. But then again, it's like that pain was never there. You your back was fine.
Yeah, quote unquote. Yeah.
So, because it's not about the surgery, it's just about your whole back.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like you're in another place right now in your life?
Like
Or do you-
emotionally, relationship,
Everything. Or did that steer the ship in another direction?
Well, definitely steered the ship somewhere else. I don't know. Like,
Because you lost a year out of your life?
that is that. But then at that age, I'm like, I think the ultimate goal was just to be rich. And now I'm like, I mean, being rich would be ideal, but not necessarily. It's not the most important thing.
What's the most important thing now?
Right now,
Yeah.
my purpose.
Finding purpose?
I think so. Like, why be this good looking if you can't help people? You know what I mean?
You
What?
want to help people now?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's a new discovery.
By fucking crushing.
You never wanted to help
by
people?
crushing their dreams.
I was you never wanted to help people before, like
Nah, I don't
like-
like people. People are stupid.
Wait, so you were just saying to help people?
By crushing their dreams, bro.
Well, no, like now you're
Nah.
trying to be funny. Like, do
Nah.
you really want to help people? Like,
Well, yeah, making something, like, even if it's a difference in one person's life, you know. I don't fucking know. Dude. I'm a little
Chasing
sleep
infamy.
I'm a little fucking sleep deprived right now.
no, there's some shit. Like you're saying some shit, or it's like okay, like you want to like. Is your purpose finding something where you could help people? Like,
No, my purpose is just to find purpose, to find a reason to wake up in the morning.
Oh,
And
okay.
if it involves helping people, so be it. But if it doesn't, if it's involved me running a Ponzi scheme and stealing millions of dollars from people, then be it. Or a little Bernie Madoff, but not get caught. Not get caught.
He gave himself up. I mean,
He was fucking gonna get caught. There's no way around it.
nah, B. You have that money. You have that much money stashed for. You could go to another country and live off of there.
Just go to the mountains.
But he wanted his family to keep like.
His earnings?
I don't know. Yeah, he thought that he was gonna be able to like.
No, it's a Ponzi scheme, and they're gonna make they were gonna make an example out of him. Because
He just kept moving money around that wasn't there.
Everyone.
No, yeah, but he wanted to have his family. He wanted his cake and eat it too, Doug.
Who doesn't?
He thought by turning himself in, he'd save his
The
family's. Yeah, he'd save the money, and his family would still get to keep it. That didn't work for him.
Usually
What about
doesn't.
you, Art? What event do you feel?
I have many and none at the same time.
What do you mean?
Everything is fake, bro.
Everything is fate.
We're all faded to this.
You sound like Jim Carrey. You seen that fool flipping out for say like, I'm not Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey's dead. I met him, Jim Carrey.
He's promoting Man on the
Him
Moon.
and Andy Kaufman. It's
Yeah.
like it's Jim and
Mm.
Andy. That documentary.
Yo.
How bad that was.
Verga, man.
Oh,
What happened?
Nothing, man.
16 bars, bro.
Oh, those are coming. Man.
You're getting hit up on
My SoundCloud's going crazy, dog.
Art. Can you think of an event? Oh
Like based off personality?
no,
or
that
based
steered.
One event that you think changed your life somehow.
I mean, I could think of one.
I
you
have
would have
for
been,
you.
You would have been this.
There's so many, dude.
No, not like. All right.
You would have been this, or you would have been here. Or
When you
I
got
don't
caught-
wipe my ass, dog. I
Like,
smell
when you got-
shit.
When you got
Yeah,
caught with
like,
the
let's-
weed,
oh, that's true.
that's
dog.
in a chain of events.
We would all been living in that house.
True.
You know what I
I
mean?
mean, I don't
we
know.
would have been mad hyped up. Man.
I think we would have gotten fucking.
I
Like
mean,
the first couple of
that
years,
and
it would
then-
have been like we would have
because that happened. Then you had to get a job, and then that got you the security job, and then you've just been there since then. Like,
Yeah.
if that doesn't happen, you don't get the security job.
No, I still get the security job.
Really?
I need cash for a car.
Your boss,
Yeah, but your
That's
dad
the
probably
reason I
would have
go-
hooked you up. That sounded.
This
Yeah,
was still
that
old
sounds
school.
like my dad.
No, that was still. This
I-
was dad's still an old school Mexican. No matter.
I don't think you get the security job.
Nah, I don't think
You
so.
don't think
Either. Nah, you're not.
You were in
You
chill
were
mode.
you were in
fool.
so much chill mode that shit would have.
Nah, I
you
was
were
already
cool,
looking. In my head, I was already looking for a
You
job.
were, but there wasn't pressure to like, oh, I'm gonna take the security job.
True.
Oh, that's true. Because this fool needed a job.
There's a difference between like looking for a job
Plus,
and
you were
actually
also
needing it.
you also driving
Right?
to Irvine, coming
But that's
home,
why. That's why I
and-
needed a car, though. That's the main reason I needed a car. I needed a job. That's the main reason I took the fucking security job,
Right,
because I needed a car.
right.
And and the other thing you gotta remember is that my insurance was shit. My parents did not want me on their insurance
Oh
anymore.
yeah, yeah. Total 2 cars.
At the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Has
your insurance gone down since then?
That shit doesn't
You're a
stop.
safer
fool.
driver. You've been a safer.
Insurance?
You've been a safer driver since
I
those 2
mean,
cars.
never
No,
mind.
No, he hasn't.
No,
No?
he hit
One, nah, my insurance is at 150.
a month.
Mhm.
If we stop hitting cars, yes. But
Hey,
if the accident stop, no.
Yeah, like I
There's
said.
a bunch of skid marks somewhere, man.
Someone had a life-changing event.
Why'd you hit me, Arthur? Though?
Yeah, but
You want
that's
to take
the
me out
main-
again?
Well, I'm not saying that. I wasn't trying to say that
I
that
don't
was
think
the.
I don't think you get the security job.
I think I still do.
Nah, I don't think so.
I
Not
don't
that one.
fuck
You get a
no.
job. I think you get a job, but not
Because
a
that
security
job offer was on the table
Only
True. That is true.
for a bit already since you have been back,
Uh-huh.
and you actually told us, hey, so what's up with that job? Can I get it or what?
It's scary.
True.
Right after that happened, but
That's true.
no, that happened,
No.
and this one was panicking.
No. I had already had it in my head I was going to take that job because I remember when
But
I came back.
That job was never for you, Doug. That job was for Juan.
What?
because
Felipe offered him the job. That job was never meant to be taken by
you were
Art.
like, but you
when
wanted
it got offered to me, that's when I was like, cool.
No,
I'll
it
take
only got
it.
offered to you because you needed it. I remember calling Felipe and like, "Yo, the homie's in a tight spot."
No, that's not how it happened because I know for a fact I had already done the interview and I had gone to
No.
with this full. Remember, we were back in.
No, you were
in the back
drinking a bunch of
Julio's.
juice to pass the interview because you were on that.
Yeah,
Lit
because
train,
remember, I
baby.
had just done that the week before, and then when I went in for the interview the next week, that's when I'm like, oh fuck, why did we hang out that previous weekend before I got caught?
no, because we were
No.
just hanging out. Fool. You were hanging out a lot. You were more social then because you were high most of the time. Fool.
Yeah.
That's true.
You literally went with us to Julio's house
Yeah,
just to hang out and get high. Fool.
that's right.
That's who you were back then.
And this
fool.
fool hates that kind of shit. fool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but because he's high, he's more mellowed out. He's not as
Well, he's just
he's
laughing.
not as
At,
neurotic.
he's always laughing at all that dumb shit.
Well, he's
everyone's
also
saying.
back home, and like the friends from Irvine, they still live over there, but he's living out here.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's trying to connect with the homies
And I also
here.
do not have a car. That's another big thing.
Oh, that's true.
I do not have a car.
So how are you getting out there?
You got me over here, remember? That's when I went fucking West Khalifa.
No, yeah,
Because I didn't have a car. Remember, the reason I moved back out there was
Uh-huh.
because I totaled the fucking car.
Yeah,
That's right.
So I had to move back out to Irvine
Yeah.
until I could, and then I had to use that summer to get a job, to get a car,
That's
because I
right.
couldn't be
Oh, right,
paying
right.
for fucking rent over there
Housing,
anymore.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
the catering biz was up for the summer.
for the summer, if
Yeah.
they don't do it right. But
but
the
that,
security job came because of that incident. It wasn't like
'Cause
It
I
was
remember-
a lot of scenarios that happened.
because I remember you asking about the job after that happened.
yeah.
You were like, "Hey, what's up with this
True,
job?
true.
What's up with this
Yeah.
job?"
Yeah.
Because you were like, "I need it."
Mm-hmm.
Because you were in jeopardy for
Well,
your
time-
house
Oh, no,
was
he-
gonna get taken away.
Little tie
But
behind.
I did need a car. That's one.
Well,
thing.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
yeah,
That
yeah.
might have been one reason, but you were laxing about getting a job
Yes,
though.
I had the whole summer to think about.
You were
a
smoking
job.
weed and throwing that shit through one of those paper
Because
towel
I think
cleaners
at
and
the
shit.
end of the day, you were thinking that even if the summer goes through and you don't get a car, you could still move back over there with your catering
Yes,
job.
Yes,
That's why you weren't stressing.
That's
it.
why I wasn't stressing it. Yes,
But
correct.
then this happened,
That's
And then you were like, oh, you pressed the issue, and then you called us for like this. So what's up with that one job?
Okay. Yeah, that's
Makes
true.
sense.
You were fucking dying, dog. I remember this one had a drive-through over there.
Dude, I fasted for fucking...
No, not to get the job.
Oh.
While you had the job, you were
Yeah.
going to school, working overnights. Like that's
Waking up at 5 a.m. Fucking...
5 a.m. Didn't you do graveyard and then from the graveyard
Oh, we're
basically
talking
go
about
to
me
school?
with already the job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this fool's living a mad, crazy,
Yeah,
hectic
dog.
life. Huh?
Just living
That was brazy, fam.
someone with no money.
Oh, he's doing. But no, he's doing double shifts. He's a full-time student and a full-time employee. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
That was your 5th year there, no? In Irvine?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was his last year. Was it just the last
Well,
semester?
No, it was supposed to be the last semester.
Well, yeah, till you
and
quit
then
school.
I just kept stretching that shit out. I'm like, fuck it, dog. We're gonna
Why?
make this shit. Cause, dog, it was too many fucking units for me going back and
'Cause
forth.
It's actually hard when you have a full-time job.
And
you're
then,
going to
and then,
school.
and then
And
the
driving.
winters, and then
and commuting.
certain classes weren't
That's
available
true.
till fucking winter. And then it was like, nah, that shit was fucking crazy.
That's just
dog.
a bitch.
That
fam.
shit's fucking terrible, yeah.
It's time-consuming.
'Cause
as
technically, I
fuck.
wasn't a full-time student.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
you weren't.
you weren't? You
No.
weren't taking 8 units?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It was halftime again.
That's still a fuckload if you're
No,
trying
the drive is fucking
just
terrible.
the drive with no sleep.
That's about. But it actually wasn't too bad when I started driving.
It's just a time
Because-
management.
Yeah, because I'd get out
The
of
drive-thru
work
fucking sucks.
and then I wouldn't leave till like 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock I head out.
So there was no traffic.
No traffic. It was just the coming back that was like, fuck, that sucked. Because it wasn't like I could just hang out over there or hang out with somebody over there because I needed to be at work the next day. So it's literally like,
Right.
At night, at midnight.
So you don't get caught smoking weed. You probably don't get the security job. You spent the summer blazing it up. Try not to get caught. You go back, you do catering, you move back to Irvine. Then you graduate.
mm-hmm.
And then when you get out, you start either looking for jobs or you start
Who moves to Vegas?
you move to Vegas.
Oh, that's right. It's
Because that
the
offer-
pod never starts.
It's true.
The pod never starts. So yeah, it would have been a different season.
Yeah, true.
That's one event that changed it.
True.
But why'd you pick his
Facts.
event, though?
Well, he was trying to.
Well, no, because I have many.
What's the
So
next
then
one?
Well, yeah. What's
What's one
yours?
that
I don't know.
you-
I just try to
What's
help
one
him out.
What's one to you?
13. Don't trust bitches.
He jokes, but it's the truth.
Damn.
I think if that doesn't happen, he trusts people more.
That doesn't happen. He probably has a high school
I'm
girlfriend.
like Batman, bro. Something fucked me in my childhood, and I'm just
But
like,
I don't think it's just the women thing in general. I think he trusts people in general more.
probably.
People in general.
Because you remember it was his friend that did it to him. Bro.
Oh, that's right.
She was your best friend. Oh no,
Yeah.
he was the best friend.
His boy got him.
He was just trying to do recon, dog. You know what I mean? Like he was trying to see.
And then I
what-
run into this one. Dog. I have a type, dog.
Yeah, he's
It's
trying to.
like you like shady people,
I
B.
like shady people.
He's just trying to
dog.
see what's up, dog. You know what
I
I
got
mean?
reconnaissance mission. Homeboy over here telling me he wants to cook.
I'll cook a motherfucker, dog. But I'm one of the most loyal people you know, though. So. Facts. So.
Facts.
Until you find out he's not. Then there's an expose. No,
That's his fantasy.
I'm just Batman, dog.
But I'll tell you straight up, I'm gonna fuck you in the face, though.
even if you don't believe it, because like your best friend wouldn't do that to you.
Even though he just told you he's gonna do that to you.
Yeah, but-
Snake Nation.
yeah,
See, I'm not as big as shit because I said what the fuck I was gonna do. Dog. I said I'm gonna hang up in this call and I'm gonna start this deal to kill you, nigga.
Oh, that cost you a championship, bro.
But no, I did nothing behind his back. For everything was done in life.
Nah.
Bro.
I just
And
didn't.
what did I tell
didn't-
you? I told you don't call Juan.
I didn't think he could.
Never call Juan.
I
told you.
woke his ass up.
I gave you my advice of what to do. And then you fucking called Juan.
Just never let some. Never let anybody do
You woke up a wolf, dog.
do the work you were supposed to do yourself.
You
dog.
think
Yeah.
a wolf doesn't want to eat, dog?
I didn't draft it
When he can kill the other wolf?
I wouldn't draft the Patriots. player.
Nobody knows what we're talking about.
No. So Really, that chick fucked you up?
Just-
Yeah, but there's multiple things that set.
Well, of course,
Wait.
your whole life is made
Oh,
made
I
of.
thought it was
Yeah.
the most recent.
No, I just said one moment.
one
I mean,
moment.
to me, that's
that
the
you
biggest
could-
thing
You
event
could
in my
really
life.
get so many events.
But there's more significant than other ones. Like
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we would all be living in this fool's house. We're living that
No-namer man shit, dog.
Rockaholics lifestyle.
the pot would have been mad crazy, dog.
It should
What
have
do you
been the
mean?
Team 10 house where you would have been.
Can you
Logan
imagine if
Paul.
all of us were living in a house, the material we'd be getting?
It's true.
Because we know each other a lot more.
Yeah.
And what are they called?
the hatred would be a lot more.
I hate you. We
What
would
was that
have
shit
different
called, fam?
schedules.
No, we made an episode of it.
What?
Where they
Yeah,
were
but you
like-
get
Grievances?
home, dog.
The grievances would be mad hype.
Motherfuckers got knives to people's throats.
Someone's Pop Tarts from over the.
Someone's been stashing illegals in the garage.
Hey, my bad. I get horny.
Someone misused someone's bed. Fool. This is crazy shit that's happening. Fool.
Someone sold all my dad's coins.
The furniture's gone, me.
Imagine you're like, I'm
You show up to a yard sale at your house,
oh
me.
my god.
The 323s out there. This was like, we're trying to turn it on.
We're getting back from like
I'm trying to film
doing
a little,
something, fool.
we're trying to film a little
And,
movie.
and we just pull up to the Nestor yard sale.
I was just thinking, the first thing that would go would be the study. For you could probably get a lot of money for those books.
No.
If you take them to like a pawn shop, old books go for a lot of money. First editions.
This fool starts up a communal library where he just hosts books outside.
Oh my god.
Yo, we're trying to make it to Hillside. We're trying to be members of the community.
The one fucking dude that does that on the fucking going up to Wilson.
Exactly.
But this fool does it bigger. It's your whole
The whole
book
cabinet.
bucket.
The whole books. Call me books, homie. I'm books, my fool. Wait, no. Let's get into it though. But you feel like that chick cheated on you, and that changed the course of the rest of your life up to now?
Yeah.
You really don't trust people because of that shit, or chicks?
Or maybe I have trust issues, but that didn't help.
Oh.
Not in
Right.
the fucking least.
And with relationships, that also fucked it up. Since
Yeah.
I think you were 13 though. You think you'd get over it,
No, that's like prime.
but yeah,
fucking
that's
years.
when you can get hurt for real.
That's when your hormones are in full swing. Fam. Just think about Little Impressionable Ricky Martin art. Fam.
Yo, he loves
Damn, dog.
little.
How did nobody
Like-
think like these? Everyone must have thought I was a mad gay fucker.
That's
dog.
why your friend didn't think you'd mind, bro.
He's
He
like,
thought
you don't
that
even
was
like
just your
chicks,
beard. He thought it was your beard, so he's like, "Think it's cool, bro."
because you always had mad chick friends. So I was like, this is a little fucking fagoo.
He was a little foo-foo.
He's a little foo dog. He won't mind.
A
Though.
little puff. Fool.
Nah, but knowing art, he probably loved hard, fool. So that shit hurt hard. Fool.
Yeah.
I got one speed, girl. I love hard.
I love with all my heart, bitch.
That's how you fucking.
How you do me like that?
How can you betray
Hey, but
me?
did you beat him up or like?
No, dog.
Did
you
you
know me,
even-
I'm a fucking pussy. What the fuck?
You didn't even confront the vato?
Nah, God.
You didn't say
God
nothing?
life. Nah. I just
You ghosted on the group.
Ghosted
fool.
the whole
and he
thing.
said he wanted to switch schools fool, and districts. Fool.
Oh, you
well,
switched
no,
school?
I didn't say, I just went to a public school,
I'm out this bitch.
but I didn't go to Cantwell.
Fuck you, broke niggas.
Oh, wait. So the reason you ended up in Wilson was because of that?
No.
Oh.
What was it?
I ended up Wilson because it was so fucking close to my house. But I
Oh,
had the
yeah.
option to go to Cantwell.
And
But
he
I'm
said,
like,
nah, there's snakes
fuck
over
it.
there.
I don't want to see her.
I'm not gonna go to the snake
Yeah,
pit,
just-
B.
go straight to fucking
He's like, I'm gonna just deal with these normies over here. Fool.
Because you could have gone to Catholic high school, right?
lower
Wait.
class. Excuse me, ma'am. I've read this book already.
Man, there's
my.
no hard, man.
Fuck.
That fool felt inferior, fool.
Low key, it's
Nigga
like-
just stole his bitch, man. Trying to
Yo.
shine on all these fucking poor people, fool.
That art was so that art was so punchable for fucking. I've already read these books. Fool.
Mr. Brown knows your friend.
That was the dude. Like, you said you were gonna give us homework. So what's going? Oh, this little fuck. Wait, so that happened to the ends of middle school?
Yeah, 8th grade.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
so
he's
that shit.
13.
Like, what do you think?
Damn.
Dog?
No, all right. Was it the last few months of middle school?
It was like the last few weeks.
Oh, so then you're like, fuck.
Yeah, fuck.
So he said, fuck
everything.
Camwell.
She doesn't cheat on you. You probably end up in Catholic school.
Maybe.
Yeah, he goes to Camwell.
Because you would
Well,
have.
no, you have to apply
Wait.
mad earlier. I was already planning to go to Wilson.
Well, I mean, your parents. Who the
'Cause-
fuck wants to drive all the way there
Yeah,
and pay?
that's the main thing. It's you gotta pay, and you also and I didn't qualify for the fucking
You're done,
free
though?
school shit.
Because you weren't too poor.
I
Because you
wasn't
weren't that
too
smart.
poor.
Oh,
And his grades were
sus.
He was fucking pussy crazy.
His little bro hard.
Yeah, no, you have to apply first.
Everybody
The fool's
Count
fingering
a
hoes.
lot, but I didn't even apply. But it was just like
you didn't apply
fuck it.
because you wanted to.
But
or-
in my head, it was like, "Fuck it, dog." Wilson.
He was
That's-
wrecking
that's
hoes
the
in the
way,
red
Emoed
light.
out. Fuck.
damn, you didn't even
No.
know anyone. Why would you want to go there?
That's why, dog. I
'Cause
kicked
there's
it in
no
the
fresh-
library.
There's no
Even-
snakes there.
Even in
fool.
middle school, you kicked out.
No, in high
Nah.
school he kicked in the
I was
library.
very social, dude.
I'll be in.
You forget, like
in Wilson.
No,
there's a
you-
reason I know how to socialize because that's who
Well,
Lil
yeah.
Art was. Art was always talking to
That's
everybody.
little bro
fucking-
hard. Fool. That's the homie. Fool.
No, yeah, I
We've
mean,
seen peaks of
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
Ricky Martin Art. Fool.
That's what we can call
Ricky
it. fool.
Martin Art, dog, was the one who would jump out
Living
onto
la vida
Will,
loca.
put on a mule head and dance with the fucking.
That's right.
Ricky Martin Art is
You
the guy who
forget,
would
dog.
do
I'm a
the.
performer, dog.
See, you fools don't know each other the way I know you.
He's a
fools,
school
dog.
contestant. He did the Ricky Martin outfit in front
But
of everyone. And
I
danced
was
for
I was
everybody.
emo kid, dog. I was kicking in the library. All I wanted was my
I
baseball
walk
stats.
this lonely road.
I'm a weirdo.
Like when we found this fool, he was just looking
He's
up Dodger
broken, fool.
stats. Yeah,
These broken wings.
That fool's autism got that fool done. That fool. He regressed.
the
fool.
spectrum heavy. Fool?
He regressed back into Dodgerland. Fool.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I'm gonna become one of them. Fool. I
Wait,
gotta learn
but
about this Dodger.
We probably asked this before, but like, help me out. How long were you with this chick?
Not long.
Yeah,
but you gotta remember, you're 13
Yeah,
years
dog.
15,
old,
yeah,
dog.
yeah.
I remember the first pair of titties I saw at 13. That shit was crazy, bro. I still remember him to this day, though.
I seen some white girl do coke at 13. I thought that shit was crazy.
Wow, that's crazy.
No, Jewish kids are crazy. Fool. They
What is that
party
shit
hard.
called?
Mm.
Your middle school?
Portola Middle School. Fool.
Was it near a fucking park, like in a hill?
No, but there was like, there's trees everywhere.
I think I went to your middle school this weekend.
It's
What?
If you were in Tarzana, California, you
no,
were
no,
there.
Never mind.
Like, this is creepy, dog.
No, because
Don't
we'll say it off
explain
the
yourself.
pod.
That doesn't make it sound better. I'm scouting talent, bro.
You have to get them early, dog.
He wanted to jizz with the first place Juan ever jizzed fool. To bond souls. Fool. That's how you
Yeah.
bond souls.
As one. That's all
Nah,
I was saying.
Yeah, but the question basically is that like there's multiple things in your life that can
Yeah,
change
I mean
shit.
that's crazy. Fool.
The first car accident I ever got to in high school.
That also changed the shit out of me, dog.
Just for
Your first car accident?
wrecking your
Just when
Yeah.
you realize you're indestructible.
Invincible, bro.
A semi tried to take me, bro.
No one can kill
I will
me.
never die.
That's what he was yelling.
You just hit an
I will
18 wheeler.
never die. I was listening to Bombs Over Baghdad when the semi took
That's
me.
a bad song to listen.
Yeah.
Bombs over
But that's how I
Baghdad.
remember. I just remember being backwards on the freeway as Andres
cars are
fucking going. No, it was like 5 in the morning, dog.
Oh, so no, I was
Outcast
coming next.
song.
It's a good song.
I was just like, fuck my life, dog. That's why I remember that song so clearly.
Fuck. And that's scary because oncoming traffic could just smack you, dog.
You're backwards on the freeway, and I
I would
literally
just been like this.
I put the emergency lights on, dog, and one of them was clicking on. So
Did you get off?
No,
I would
You
have.
stayed in the car?
I just stood
I would
there.
have tried to beeline it.
Call the cops.
Why the fuck would you get off? You're
Cops
the safest.
came, escorted me off.
Because you
to
could
the
be
road.
safer, fool.
They told
By
the
putting yourself in a
vehicle.
little bit more danger.
That was it.
They pushed you to the side
Mhm.
with the car, right? Yeah. That means you shut down the freeway that day. They had to shut it down to push you out.
Maybe
You
Or
made
not.
someone late,
It was
huh?
yeah. I definitely made someone late.
Butterfly effect. Someone missed like their kid's fucking
Being born.
being born.
Yeah.
Damn.
You're a hater.
Someone
Wow.
didn't make it to the hospital and they died.
You killed like
All
5
be-
people.
All because of bombs over Baghdad. How about you, Juan? What's the I like the middle school one. Shit, Juan does. Arthur doesn't never Even if he goes to school, she doesn't cheat on him. He's probably still with her, right?
Now he's cheating on her.
Well,
Or-
maybe.
or-
I don't know. We were going to different schools. That shit was about to end, bro.
Right.
But in my head, you're in love, bro.
Right. But if she
That's true.
dumps you, it's not as hard as she cheated on you.
Yeah.
It still would have been a tough summer.
Like I said,
Yeah,
G.
tough summer, but not
Mhm.
the heartbreak he felt. Because I feel like he'd still be a little more outgoing, like off the bat.
Yeah,
Maybe not.
I don't know.
Maybe it's a different art. Maybe.
Maybe, but we'll never know.
Juan, do you know which?
Yeah. You
I have a
obviously
lot.
have a lot.
You have
But
a
is there
lot that
one
have
where-
made you.
I have so many.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
What do you mean?
We all
so
have
many?
a lot.
I don't think I have one, though. I think I'd end up being the same person I am today, though.
Yeah,
The
you're
great-
basic, B.
The great dude I am.
The piece of shit you are, bro. I think one that will completely change my life is if I would have gone.
Deported?
That one for sure. If my parents would have gotten deported with my sister,
Yeah.
that would have, of course, changed my life completely. I've been a little narco, bro.
That's true.
I would have been whipping work, pussy.
That is true.
I would have killed me at least 30 more men than I have now.
At least.
At least.
With
bro.
20 speakers, because they
Would
and
you
they
have
bums,
had
huh?
to move to Sinaloa?
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom wouldn't have let me go. I'm like,
Oh, stayed
through
here?
pride and joy.
Right.
Well, who
Yeah,
the fuck is
probably
she gonna
would've.
leave them with?
Yeah, who's
Or
she gonna
uncles.
leave him with?
She doesn't
No.
trust my uncle. My uncle's a drunk fool and a cholo. And that was questionable.
That fool says, huh?
And I don't think she would have left me with my other godfather.
Nah, you're too
because-
young to.
No, I was in middle school, but their families like they yell too much and shit. Dog. It's too crazy over there. There's
Right.
too much estrogen over there.
I hear you. So, what do you think is the actual?
But that one, well, yeah, that one for sure. That's why I think I have so many.
Well, but that one didn't happen, so it didn't change your life. It's like if it would have happened.
No.
it
Yeah,
would've
but
changed
if it
your-
happens, it changes my life.
No, yeah.
See, because that happened, I stay in this country, fool,
No, yeah,
which
exactly.
completely changes my life. If not, I go over there, fool,
Yeah. Okay.
and I live in Sinaloa, and I become some nigga that like I'll probably be more successful over there than I am over here, fool, just because the level of intelligence from plus I speak English, and over there that's valued a lot. For
Yeah, you could teach classes, low
I would have become governor of Sinaloa if we're talking right now. Fool. I think I've become mad political, B.
Chapo never gets captured.
Dude, we have an understanding, dog.
There's an understanding.
Dig
bro.
heads up, fool. But then I would have gone to school over there. I probably would have. I think I probably would have gone to politics over there. Fool, become a little lawyer over there. Fool.
Probably.
Maybe.
A little lawyer Calderon, fool. Little Esquire, fool.
True.
Not earning dick for money because it's third world country and shit. Fool. Their justice system is rigged, anyways. But
No, but what's yours? What's the one you choose?
I think if I would have gone to Taft High School instead of Wilson High School, I think my life would have been different.
Really?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because then my formative years from like 15 and on would be completely different.
Mhm.
I wouldn't know any of you guys.
Right.
I'd be hanging out with the people that went over there,
Mhm.
which means I'd probably would just become some stoner kid.
Is that what there was in middle school?
Well, because and
they're all middle
the
class cats.
the homies I went to Taft that kept riding the bus to school over there. It's like these fools were like they like punk rock, they like rock. We used to get high anyways.
Mhm.
So I think that's what it would have been, but just over there.
Right.
Although I think I still would have. I think I would have done better in school over there because like I still would have been in like all the classes that I was.
You would have
You were on
stayed in
track. You were on
the
the track system, right?
No, it's not the track system, but
stayed in
because
the
over here I
gifted program.
was in the gifted program, which means they would have just put me in the gifted program over there.
Mm-hmm.
So, because like all the kids I actually had class with weren't the kids I went on the bus with, so I probably would have done better because I would have been with all like the
Smart cat.
Jewish kids. But then I probably would have had this deep sense of inferiority because I would have been around a lot of because all those people had like
Had money.
Like,
Yeah.
they're Jewish kids.
Mhm.
Like because when we would talk, they talk about how they for their bar mitzvah they just got like $20,000, $30,000 that now they're saving up exactly. And I'm over here like, nigga, I'm happy I got 2 video games for my game.
Right?
That's what I'm happy about for my 13-year-old. I guess I'm not a man, but you are. You got $30,000,
Right?
pussy.
Probably has more money than my dad.
And that's the reality. See, that's when I learned we're like, there's a different fucking playing field for different families and they're all depending where you're from.
Yeah.
So I probably would have been hungrier to like,
kill it.
I gotta kill it because
You little
like,
corporate.
Or you beat him up, who gets sued and get
well,
locked
'cause I was
up.
homies with them, but
Right.
that means I would have been to some crazy shit out there from the valley. You know, little Jewish girls blow niggas. That's high.
You probably would have gotten hooked up after college with
37.
a good job.
I probably would have ended up going to college with some of these fools and getting connected.
Mm-hmm. And Benactive.
Yeah, a little been active. But I went to the hood. From the hood got me.
For real.
Huh. Yeah? The hood gets you, dog.
And then the podcast doesn't happen because I'm
Mhm.
not here. I'm not the catalyst for change.
Well, that was gonna be mine if we don't start the pod, or if this pod doesn't.
That's yours?
There's, if I don't go to Wilson, I don't meet any of you guys. I don't know any of the side of Alhambra or El Sereno.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I literally stay Garfield, know the people I know from middle school.
Well, how do you think your life changed?
I go to a better school. Like, I don't
Man.
meet Diego, because when I went in freshman year, I had given up on the whole film. Well, not given up. Like, I always wanted to be a filmmaker. I wanted to be like an engineer. I wanted to be
Dude, you would have been in a car crew with your cousin, fam.
Yeah.
I wasn't into cars. I wanted to design shit. I've always wanted to like design. You know how Kanye says I want to design a hotel. I want to make shoes. I want to make clothes. I want to make furniture. I want to make computers.
You wanted to make a brand.
I just wanted to make shit. I just thought like, oh, I want to like make the new TV. Or I want to make the new. I'm Steve Jobs, so that's what I wanted to be.
If you already had it in your head, like,
Well, I mean, I wanted to design a car because I was like, I just wanted to drive. Like that was my thing.
no, but I know that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, that like if you translate it into like real world shit, like you'd most likely be in like a car crew.
I buy a little Honda.
And you'd be in a
You'd
car
be-
crew, but you'd be designing like kits and like stuff that you could do to the car, or like
Probably not. I'm too lazy for
No,
that.
you would get into kids, dog. You were pretty into cars when I met you
Mm-hmm.
because of Mikey.
Well, no, I mean, Mikey was into lowriders, but like
Yeah,
we
but you
talk
were-
about
yeah, but
cars.
that's what you would talk about. And if you did that through all of high school,
Well,
like,
then, but you know, who knows what the fuck it was over there? Ramiro was over there. They were in a band.
maybe you'd kick ass on the drums.
Or
No, his brother plays drum.
his
Oh.
brother would play drums. No, but I don't.
Triangle, dog. Kick ass on the triangle.
I pick up some other shit,
Wiggy
or
roll cowbell.
or maybe I don't know. I don't get back into filmmaking, or I do get into it,
Uh-huh.
but it's different because over there they didn't have film classes.
oh, then
So-
how are you gonna do filmmaking?
Exact. I don't know if they had film classes. They might not. But they have other shit. They had like the one where you fix cars. They have wood shop. They had like more manual art,
See,
like
I think you
manual
would have
shit,
done auto shop.
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Probably.
Maybe I'm an inventor. I'm like a Steve Jobs. You know what I mean?
Give up on that. I don't think you go that route.
Nah.
Maybe.
No, because to invent things, you have to have like a mathematical background, and
Uh-huh.
you suck at math.
Nah, but you don't have to. You
could
just
be
gotta
an interior
get other.
designer. Yes,
you gotta
you
get
do.
other cats.
No.
do
Elon Musk shit?
You
Dog,
could be an interior designer.
iPhones is a Samsung glass with a chip from this other company. All he did was he had the idea to make this, and then he bought and grabbed a bunch
You
of other
don't
people's
have
ideas.
those resources.
Yeah, he was a
Well, I didn't. I'm not.
So you would
I'm not
have to
saying
be
that in
mathematically
serious.
inclined
I would
to
be
actually
Steve
build it.
Jobs.
I think even Steve Jobs had a mathematical
Yes,
background.
No,
Right?
but-
he did.
But back then, I was fucking with computers heavy. Dog. I probably would have gotten into like coding and stuff because I like
Into
don't know.
game design.
not games. And games have never been my thing.
Like,
Ever.
you just said you like creating things, and then now you said coding. That's a game
Code-
designer. Like
No, coding is not like you can make a website, you can make an app, you could make fucking.
yeah, but websites are like easy as fuck, dog.
Well, what? No, what like Squarespace? Like
Now. But back then it was hard.
yeah, like you've ever had the next great idea? I have.
Yeah.
So he's not being realistic, is what he's saying.
Okay.
Well,
so
I'm not-
if we were gonna go that route, fuck it.
Well, well, no, I'm. Well,
I
I
would
don't
have grown
know.
up with the $2 million in my hand, dog. It'd be way different.
Multi-billion.
Honestly, if I go to Garfield, I think I would have gone to a better school.
Like an
Because in
Ivy
middle
League?
school, like,
Like an Ivy League?
Well, no, because I limited myself when I went to Wilson. I could have like chosen any
I
school
told
to
you
go.
about applying to all the UCs. You didn't want to do that shit.
I was.
You still wouldn't have wanted to do it in a different school.
Nah, I definitely would have.
Why didn't you do it
Why?
at,
Yeah.
at Wilson? I was the one telling
Because
you,
you
dude,
wanted to go to
let's-
film school.
I wanted to go to
Yeah.
film school. I was so laser
Okay.
focused. I want
So
film
if he's
school.
not
I
limited
want
to
film school.
film school, he would have gone to another thing for
Yo,
something else.
if I don't get into film, I'll just I would have like studied another major.
Mhm.
Like film was the major because that's the only reason I went to CSUN. Like
But you know, there's UC systems have film schools, right?
which
No.
one? That's good?
Irvine had a film school.
No,
Not a
production.
good one.
Not production. It was all
Oh,
film
not
history.
production.
Yeah, I had
No,
looked into
they
that.
had some production ones.
The only, it's
No,
like
but I already
TV.
had looked it up. CSUN
Oh.
had like from the Cal States had the best production.
Mm.
And if you weren't gonna go to that, you go to USC. But like USC is like
USC is
virtually fucking
Yeah.
impossible to get
And
in.
then there's UCLA.
Yeah, like or UCLA. Like I could have done something different.
Okay.
I don't know why I got laser focused. I think I sold myself short
Because that's who you are. You get laser focused.
I choose one
You're very
thing
narrow minded.
and then it's like a choo choo train for just getting towards it. And then once you get there, you're like, oh fuck, this isn't what I made it up in my head to be. I remember that first year wanting to quit, like, oh fuck, this isn't what I signed up for. Especially like, I'm like, I already was disillusioned with math. I want to do that shit. I'm like, I just like put cameras in my hands, like this is what I want to do. Or maybe I go to like LA Film School or something. But that's
Yeah.
worse because then I'd get in like way bigger debt
Mm-hmm.
and have a way shittier degree or no degree at all. Who knows? Who knows if I don't know because
Honestly, I don't think you do film if you go to Garfield.
I don't think I do film.
I don't think you do film at all. You don't have Javi there to just
Yeah.
That's true. I
Put the-
forgot
to put
about
the trust-
Javi.
to put the trust of like, hey, go do what you want to do. Because
I
I
don't
think
have.
film school is different if you got a nigga telling you have to do this assignment.
Yeah,
Then it makes it work. Like then it makes it homework, and then it makes it something
Yeah.
you don't like.
that's true. I forgot about that.
Like Javi's not there. I don't go film the games. I don't.
Yeah,
like,
no, I forgot.
I don't
that.
fall in love with it, like
Yeah.
making the shit. I'm just the guy who wants to make stuff but doesn't know what he wants to make.
Which means your friend, well, it would have been you and Donkey, right? No, he went to Roosevelt.
No, he went to
Never mind.
Roosevelt.
So you still wouldn't have been hanging out.
No, I.
It would have been you, Ramiro, and
Danny, but again, like,
No. Those fools are older.
yeah, well, they were older
Well,
too,
he wasn't.
and they moved out of here. They didn't stay
Mm.
here when we were in high school anymore. They moved out.
Mm.
But they still kept going to Garfield. But we weren't neighbors anymore, so it probably would have been harder. But no, probably starting the podcast. If we don't start the podcast, I don't know. We are seeing each other as much, right?
Facts.
We ever get as close or closer than we were before we start the pod.
Facts.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of shit doesn't happen. Like all the trips we've took, like a lot of the stuff we've done, or I don't know. I feel like we continue to be friends, but it's just not the same.
True.
I feel like people would have gotten caught up with their jobs. Adrian goes here.
Mm-hmm.
Juan is doing his thing. And
I'd see you guys every 3 months.
yeah, if that. You know what I
Sure.
mean? Especially like if you have your own house, it's hard to just not leave, you know what I mean? Or being forced to have to go to somewhere.
this would be mad weird, bro.
Who? Art? Without the pod? Without that? Like imagine not having human interaction for 8 months at a time.
Nah.
Except at work.
And his mom and dad.
Huh?
His parents.
He doesn't.
No, he's avoiding
interact
them,
with
though.
much. He only really interacts with them when
He
his
has
brother's
to.
Here. No, when his brother's here.
Mm-hmm.
Have you gone to the movies?
But that's
Or
because
kicked it
the
since-
attention doesn't get put squarely on him.
And then they don't have to ask you like, what are you doing, Art?
No, they still ask me that.
But then you could always like, what? How's Michael though?
I just throw up the deuces.
See, the thing is, you can't deflect if there's no one to deflect to.
Yeah.
I don't know. The camera doesn't get by. I'm not making shit. The YouTube channel never starts. I probably forced myself to get a job a lot earlier, just because I don't have shit to focus on. Like instead of deflecting and putting stuff like away, like no, like nah, fuck it. It could wait. I'll keep myself busy doing this. I'd probably like, yeah, my life be completely different because it's been 4 years of this shit. Like right out of college, I could have done stuff. Like there was other options to do other shit.
Yeah.
But I just remember like falling in love with this and like, oh, this is the future. Like, we just need to get clout on this thing. We get clout, then we're rising to the top, baby.
3 words, bro. 3 words. We them boys.
We them boys.
So you actually want this to become something?
I hope it would.
Besides what it is.
Because what you just said is that
Yeah.
you've literally put a shelf on like
Everything.
everything to try to make this happen. Is what you just said.
Well, no, but
But
it's been a catalyst for like, I feel like I put away a lot of shit, but because I'm doing this, I've learned a lot more about just doing stuff like like editing and like
picking up your clout.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's not like I'm putting life on hold, but it's been giving me an excuse to.
Well, that's not good.
I don't know.
You saying we should get rid of the pod so you can grow as a person?
Maybe I don't know. I don't. It's not like I'm delusional and feel like the pod tomorrow will crack like top 100.
We're cracking the cloud
and like
exponentially, pussy.
and like we'll start fucking pushing Postmates and Blue Apron and like checks will start rolling in.
I'm not pushing Blue Apron.
Push whatever the fuck, dog.
It's blue, so I only fuck with red things.
No, I mean, I just meant like if we don't start the pod, it's not that like my life gets put on hold. I just feel like our lives are in different places.
Yeah.
I don't know. I totally do.
Basically, everyone's shit comes to back down to the pod.
What do you mean?
Well,
did.
the question is,
Mine
yeah,
did.
it's
I'm saying I would have been rubbing elbows with Jews, B. I would have been part of Hollywood right now, cuz.
A lawyer. Probably a lawyer.
One of the homies is living that PJ lifestyle, for. It would have been PJ lifestyle, too. I'm funny, for. They would have took a little spick with them, for.
What's PJ?
A private jet.
Private.
PJ life.
Okay, I
I
was like,
the lingo, B?
this was like kicking it with PJs. Feel like you just want to be a bum.
Nah,
for that
private jet
old
lifestyle,
Eddie
pussy.
Murphy show.
Oh, the PJs? With the animation, the claymation
Yeah,
one?
the claymation one.
I don't know.
But how about you pick one without the pod? Because I think would change all our lives in a way.
Yeah.
Huh.
I would have fucking gotten some bitch pregnant already.
I don't know. It's try not to think about it, dog.
Because without the pod, I think we'd all be forced to either socialize in a different way, which means we'd be forced to do other things
Within each other or with other people?
with other people or
Yeah,
within
other
each other.
people, yeah.
Either way,
Right.
which would affect all of us differently.
The first time I showed you a Smartcast.
No. I mean that's so. I mean I love that, and like that's that's like a big part of my life. But no, I just honestly I guess I've always known it. It's not that I just didn't want to I didn't want to make it a thing. But it's like if I don't ever meet homegirl, I probably my life's like different.
Different in a better way, worse way?
Like, what do you mean?
No, I don't know if in a better way. One, I don't spend years chasing a dream. I don't waste that much money. I don't piss people off.
Well, money's money, though. Money comes and goes. It doesn't matter.
I'm not. Yeah. It's not the money that was
Time.
wasted. It was about
Time.
the time.
I mean, the money sucks, but
Yeah, the money does kind of suck.
Money's time, B.
That's true.
How much time do you have to spend to get that money?
Get that money. All those nights at the club.
Plus, it's no.
Not like money itself doesn't
It is
really hold
time,
value.
But,
Uh-huh.
time,
But if you think about it,
It's the
It's
time.
time.
to get it, you had to waste time. Like
6 days.
you had to waste all that time away from doing
I'd
other
get paid
things.
$12 an hour. That means every fucking time I'd spent anything over 12, I'd have to give up an hour of my life.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that means.
Yep.
So like
Uh,
money isn't important, yes, but what it symbolizes is the time you had to spend.
but
away
that's
from
not
your
what I
family.
meant. Fuck it. Like what the money I wasted, that doesn't matter to me. Like you think of yourself as this one person, right? But then, like life keeps throwing you curveballs, and you keep like
Getting exposed.
doubling down, right?
Uh-huh.
And becoming this person you don't even recognize anymore. Like you've become like you're not even you no more. You're like this other person that like you've like shift into or molded into. One for convenience, for pride, like for whatever the fuck. Like you're just
For whatever that was.
for whatever that was. I don't even know what that was. Like
it must have been something. You chased it for a minute, dog.
it was like strictly fiend. Like it was like I could only explain it as like if I get hooked on like a like flaca or whatever the like whatever like I don't know
Cheese,
they call that that drug, that cheese that and like I wasn't gonna because I also like I said earlier, I'm like if I set my sights on something, I'm like OCD with it. Like I just chase it
Mm-hmm.
and like it doesn't matter what it's gonna take. It's like, you know what I mean? Like you lose self-respect, you lose the respect of others, you lose your money. Like it's weird now. Like you come home whenever the fuck you want. Like I remember, like when I was doing that. I was much younger, but also like I remember having to dodge my parents. Like, what are you doing? Like you're out there in the middle of the night. You're crashing cars. You're doing crazy shit. Like I was living the life of like
A fiend.
a fiend, basically.
You think it was your age, or do you think it was
age? You just don't know no better. You've never been in that situation, or literally, I just didn't give a fuck. Like I just was thinking about me. I didn't think about anyone around me. I didn't think. I think I just or didn't care about other people's feelings. Like I understand that we're getting hurt, but I always thought like I'm special. They'll forgive me. You know what I mean? Like they always have, they always will, and like and then they would.
You were taking people for granted.
You know, they would forgive me. Like how many times like, oh my bad, dude. I won't do it again, or oh dude, or I just like dismiss it
like today though?
Or dismiss it like, nah, you tripping or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
You know, and then
You went through a lot of your slack through that time.
you know, I was a lot of people's wits end.
You used up a lot of your slack, but
And then like
I didn't know I had so much.
but then and then it shifted from like a fiend to like a guy constantly joking about killing himself to like you're seeing some dude
Depressed.
starting to fall into a depression, and then like there was this light of like, you know, when you're chasing that drug for, there's a light, there's like you got that fucking itch, man. So you're alive, you're constantly moving, you're on the groove, and you want to make shit and do shit and talk to people, and you're hitting people up and let's connect, let's build, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like, and in any way you're just talking and trying to set stuff up, and like I don't know, it felt like I was a shaker and a mover, but then like your light starts to fade and then fade and fade.
you hit the come down.
And yeah, and like when when the high runs out and then you're coming down and you're crashing, but then like you're also sobering up, so you're realizing, oh fuck, I've been like neglecting everybody. I've been like, my parents are at my wits end, like low key, like them motherfuckers is not happy with me. I don't see them, and then when I do see them, it's like either bad news. I'm also like falling into this place where I was like, I didn't want to work no more, which led to I didn't have much money, and then the money I did have, I would just like blast it because like I was just chasing rushes, because like for a weekend I'd blast 200 or 100 or whatever the fuck, And for that weekend, I felt like a god. But then for the rest of the week, I had no fucking gas money, or I had no money to go eat, or
Sounds just like a drug addict, G.
or I didn't have a
That's so fucked up.
like. There's times where I had to knock on my parents' door and be like, "Yo, you guys got $20 so I could get gas to go to
Rec room
school?"
for a drink, though.
Like,
yeah.
like you guys got $20 so I could go to school.
Oh,
I told
man.
that fool. I told that fool the day that fool took this fool's coins. I was like, "You're fucking acting like a fucking
A
fiend,
fiend,
right now,
right?
bitch." I was like, "Yo, fam, you're fucking low key stealing from people to fucking gas up your shit so you can go get a hit right now."
Yeah.
And that's when he was like, "I'm no fiend." Fool.
Yo, I do anything for a hit right now though. For like low key,
A little taste, fool.
I didn't even have credit cards back then. If not, I don't even know how bad it
Fuck,
would be.
dude,
I
would have to go bankrupt.
I would probably have
Declare
would have
bankruptcy?
declare bankruptcy, and
Just yelling.
That's hype, though.
We know someone that has. Not me though. Never in my life.
Never me either, bro.
I want to though, because we're only 27, and by the time we do it again, we'll be like
37?
I thought it was 7 years.
Oh, 7? No. Oh, that's even better.
Swear.
24?
Yeah,
No,
bro.
34, bro.
Then I buy my little house, you know what I'm saying? But we live like kings for a year.
I declare bankruptcy.
Nah,
I do declare.
at 34, we're in Utah. For we got like
We're running-
32, 64. We're running
up
them
as
up.
many credit cards as we can, fool. It's like 10 G's, 20 G's a piece. Fool.
Yeah. That's what
We
I'm
buy a
getting.
little house, fool. Under someone who's not gonna file a chapter 10, fool. And then after we file it, then we put our name back on the piece, fool. And then we just bought a house, fool, on the low, fool.
But like the fiend shit starts dying because like,
Well, you see, it's not going anywhere.
well, I started noticing like what the fuck. I don't have nothing. I'm constantly sad and I don't know why. I'm like,
Do you blame
having
her
withdrawals?
or
Huh?
do you blame yourself?
I blame everybody for I blame the world for I blame
Everyone
like
but
I thought
yourself.
like
Mhm.
my whole thing was like in another world, in another place. If I would have done this, I would have done that. I'd call Juan and then we'd break down text like, what do you think this means? What do you think?
Shut
Like it
the
was
fuck up.
no, yeah, no, it was
Damn.
I'm the
bro.
most loyal person you know, fool.
I want to do that
That's
shit.
what you know about me, fool.
But then again, I call Juan
I'm
and
there
it's-
for my people, fool.
I would have done that shit.
I
I'll do
call
that for
Juan.
anybody, fool.
I
My
call
respect, fool.
Juan.
You know that, fool.
I just sniffed some ass, boy, at 3 in the
But
morning.
what you do
wake
for
his ass
Mr.
up.
Sherber if we saw who get violated?
Pussy alive, dog. Some fools don't know.
Uh,
All that fool to kill himself.
Fuck it, though. My life would have been easier.
No, it wasn't enough. Fool. You would have had mad pressure on you from your parents. Fool.
For what? To build from? I thrive on pressure.
No, for everything. Every little move you made, fool, they'd be scared they're gonna lose another kid, fool.
They can't lose what's
And
untouchable.
then they still
fool.
be charging up the ass for 2 people, fool.
no.
Because you'd have to pick up the slack that can never be picked up anymore. Fool. At least right now, there's hope the slack can be picked up. Fool.
It's true.
But if this fool wasn't here, there'd be no, like, that's it. It's you.
I bounce fucking heads off canvases, so yeah, I don't know.
Every
You'd have
family,
to become the breadwinner from now on, fool, no matter what, for no
Yeah.
ifs and or buts. Fool.
It's true.
every family needs a lightning rod.
Then it became like, let me
Mhm.
just do the bare minimum to just keep going. But like I was just like a walking shell of myself. I felt like I don't know. I just didn't feel like myself anymore. I felt like you know when people say they take pills for bipolar shit
Uh-huh.
and they feel like
Hazy.
they're like hazy and they're not themselves.
Out of body.
And I
Mhm.
felt fatigued and I felt like tired and I felt like I just didn't want to deal with nobody. I remember chilling in my bed for like days sometimes weeks. I remember people coming over and watching movies or trying to cheer me up.
Yeah, he was just deeply depressed.
Yeah, and it's like it's not even like a breakup depressed. It was just like I was like
Because reality got fucked.
because it's like, oh shit, no, I might like I don't know if I realized that I like either fucked up my life or that that my life was getting fucked because of the choices I'd been making, and I didn't know how to correct the ship.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know how to steer it right. Like how do I, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't happy at school no more. I wasn't having like, or at home or like, and then like I was also having like home issues. I remember like I wasn't happy at home at all. But yeah, and then and then it just
And the
like
crazy thing was that you were just like projecting this other person's personality and feelings onto yourself, and then you would make your own situation worse for yourself.
Fuck, I try to block that
The
those
memory?
3 years off. I don't really remember much.
I remember.
When you fucking were talking this, I would be like, I don't know part of this shit. Man.
Well, that and your guys' relationship was fucking being
On the
killed.
rock?
Well, this will fucking once you
was
steal,
mad strangling that
once
shit.
you steal the money for it's over the trust. I could give you everything, like, cause I don't give a fuck. I'll give it the money, but once you take it, fam, once you take it, it's over.
That was a quick drive-by.
I gave her 200, fam. Just because it was a Monday
Sniper.
morning, fam.
But yeah, you fools were mad on the rocks.
Well,
See, but when I get it with, maybe because we're older, dog, and maybe because I don't really give a shit anymore.
You care,
No.
fam. The resentment's there. Fam.
Oh no, not about me and that. Like when I get into relationships, I don't. Maybe just Nestor loves too much, right? Or maybe because it was 19, 20.
Yeah, but he went full in for you.
You went
I don't
hard,
think you've
man.
gone full in yet.
Go 10% maybe.
There's that. Man.
Them shields been up.
you ever
bro.
gone all in on Texas Hold'em?
On a
fam?
25,
No, and you
every
got
time.
I'm 72. Fam.
you got
72.
you got 3 kings, but the other person has 4 aces. You have a full house, a strong full house, but the other people just
Yeah,
pull 4 aces.
the Raiders are playing the Redskins for Wish Obama. I went full in.
Have pocket rockets, 3 deuces are on the board. Fam.
Yeah.
and like
Pussy has a deuce. Fam.
and motherfuckers hit you hard. Fam.
Whore.
And then like when the pod started, I mean, I would go in and out. Like if we had a good pod, my mood be up. I'd cheered up because I'm around people.
Yeah.
But there was times where like if the cloud's on me, it's hard to
Push through.
hide it or to not be like, yo, I'm not good right now.
Mhm.
And it was for a long time. For a long time, I had
Yeah.
that shit. And then like, I don't know. Even though I got out of it, it's not like I feel like that shit's still part of me. I'm still a fiend, dog. Like one more little hit from, I don't know what the fuck I might do. I might kill somebody.
From anyone?
No. Just I don't know. It's hard. It's like when you're like a drinker and like you quit cold turkey.
He's saying right now he could hypothetically say that he's better, but you don't know.
But you
until
don't
get put
know
to the
until
test.
he's taking
Like,
the drug.
Till you take the test again, fam.
Or maybe the
And
next one
I'm not saying
fucking-
with that person.
Yeah,
I'm just
no,
saying like
saying
in
in
life
general.
and like it's like, oh, I do have an addictive personality. Shit, if I have
Oh,
one
you
little
definitely do, yeah.
if I have one little drink for like that shit just might set a
Chain
He's
reaction.
back to his old ways. fam.
you know what I
Back
mean?
to
The
reality.
computer's gone. We sold the camera for
The toys are gone. They robbed the stage.
the toys are gone.
I don't think you would survive another one,
Nah.
another stint like that. Fam.
I don't think my parents could survive. I don't think I could. It's like your younger days, you know,
You're young. You're stupid.
you do mental gymnastics. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, like there's always like a reason you're doing it, or people don't get it. Like they don't know what I'm up to.
No.
You know what I mean?
They don't. Making moves
Like
out of your
it's my
pussy.
fucking life, dog. You know what I
Everyone
mean?
was calling what plays were happening already. fam.
Because my life was always like my shit was
I
like,
got the playbook.
if I get that, then dog, all I have to do is just like I thought for reals. This is where my life was going in my head.
Uh-huh.
I was gonna get with this chick. I was gonna get out of school. It's
Uh-huh.
gonna take me 3. Like my winning personality was only 3 months tops before I got a job. I'd fucking
Head of the studio, pussy.
well, not you know what I mean. Like
I'm doing the next Avengers fleek up.
oh, Avengers, yeah, I know what.
I got it, pussy.
Uh-huh.
I would, I'd leave the job I was at because I was miserable. I was like, fuck this. Well, I wasn't miserable. I had grown old.
You
Too
were
old.
fucking, you thought you were better than it, though.
I thought I was better than everybody there.
You thought, but since you got in, you thought you were
Yeah.
better. I'm like, this is a chill ass job. What are you talking about? Why try? You have to be there. Just be there.
It's not that
But you fools are heavy on status. fam.
I thought I was
Yeah.
just, I was destined.
You're a brand boy. fam.
Low-key, I'm like, I'm destined
Yeah.
for better shit. It's like if LeBron James was killed with some fucking normies. Like, I thought I was, I'm an idiot. I was like,
this was a status sucker. Bro.
Yeah.
A little status slut. Bro.
I get a job, and I'm like, I don't want to get my place right away. So we move with Art. You know what I mean?
Oh, us. I thought you and her.
No, she comes too.
Yeah,
I thought.
Fuck no.
No.
In my
His
head,
plan was all four of us lived together,
So
and then in his room is him and her.
Hell
because
no.
I had to split the room. Then I could
Cool,
split the
dude.
room.
Fuck no. It would be hard enough to live us four. Imagine with a hyena.
Then
Well-
we cook this for the time. Bro.
And my way is like, what's
That's in-house pussy
That's
for the
true.
for the
It's
crew.
in-house pussy.
For the crew.
It's
Bro.
in-house pussy. Yeah, your pussy.
in my head? It was like,
He
what's,
just shows up and fucking Snoop
in my head, like
Ain't no
logistically,
fun,
like
man.
this went through my head. What's half of 300? What 50? I could collect cans and make that shit. What?
That was his plan, though. You told me this.
Sad. No.
He says, "Bro, I could collect cans and make that in a
Like,
month." Fool."
150? What's 150? She has to go on 150. I'll come on
Uh-huh.
150. We living in the room for we fucking.
And you know they're gonna be asking for the big room because it's two of them.
No, I didn't. We'll get,
Savage.
I mean, that's
fucks.
that's
Was eating
me.
up our Pop-Tarts pussy.
Right?
Drop my strudel, nigga.
Yo,
It is-
dog.
I'd rather hit that shit on the floor than you eat it, bitch.
I don't think our friendship could have survived that shit.
No. Us four living it.
She could have easily made rent though. Fuck, I got 150 to block bang around.
Hey, I'm strapped for cash this week, buddy. Just go to Juan's room for what? Just go in.
Hit quick 10 minutes.
Just go over there for what? Just go in there, dog. Don't trip.
Rent free pussy.
But yeah, that's what I
What's
thought. man.
450 if you got in-house pussy?
I never heard that theory.
You never heard him?
No.
But the Nonamerspodcast groupie life?
No, fuck.
I heard about us moving together. I'm like, I mean, are we cool? But
Train gang, foot.
we were
But
like,
then, like,
Pull up to the station.
but then you're living. Then after that, you get a little job. Well, like you move up, you get more thing. You move out,
uh-huh.
buy my house, and you know what I mean.
With
Like,
the same hyena?
I was
gonna
kind of.
marry
I
her.
wanted to make her. In my head, that's where that's where I wanted to go.
going to marriage and their kids talk already.
But she's short and she has fucking
I
acne.
don't know. It's not- okay, yeah.
She has fish eyes.
I mean, the fish eyes I can look past from.
Look,
Yo, that's savage.
this isn't like what I was thinking. I was.
You have to look
I
at
don't- I-
genetics.
House pussy.
You have to look at genetics.
I
That's what
fuck with chipmunk pussy. It's viable. Bro.
I mean, have I done worse?
Stuff it with nuts on me.
Definitely, fam. Would I like him to see? No, because I don't like people seeing the old face.
But
That's pussy. I was with the plan. Fool.
Fuck no.
no, it was just
It
like
would have been tough
it's
enough
just
to
like
live us four in that.
thoughts you have. It's not
Yeah.
like it's not like
There would have been a thought in the house. What's wrong with a little
This
bit?
fool would have just been like, can I just live in the garage, fam? This fool would have, yeah.
Let's clear it out. We'll make a little yard sale to clear out the garage.
Fuck whatever is in
Yeah,
there.
fucked up, yeah. Yo, this fool wouldn't mind. That fool would just, I just need a better TV for this.
Yo, y'all need to get me some insulation.
Hey,
You guys cold in here, though.
I'm gonna call to upgrade the Wi-Fi, but for some reason they said the garage is like the best place to put it.
Yes.
They said this is the best access point. I don't know.
I think it's like the wires are nearby or something.
I already know.
So we're gonna have to put a modem back here, guys.
Oh, fuck
Bad foot.
that. Bad, dog.
What's up? I got 150. Where's it at, man?
That's it. I'm unplugging the internet. They
I
asked for the
gotta go
rent too
connect,
quick.
pussy.
You gotta
They asked
be,
for that rent way too quick, dog.
We're charging that shit bi-weekly, pussy. Minimum.
I don't know. The internet's down, dog. That's crazy shit, bro.
The Wi-Fi, but the Ethernet's working.
the litro's working. Though.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't know. So
Do you think that fucked up your life? Then? That's what you.
I don't blame that to fucking up my life. I definitely
What else?
it wasn't like the best. It didn't put me in the best spot mentally.
So that's what happened. What would have happened
Yeah.
if it didn't happen? Then, like, what's the alternate reality for Nestor?
Let's say you go in that elevator. That bitch says, "Nah, you're a fucking homo. Fool, get out of here. Fool. Don't give you the number. I don't want to hang out with you." Fool.
I didn't get it in the elevator.
Yeah, you did.
So are you saying if you would have never met her, or if you actually had gotten with her?
Oh yeah.
He said if he got
Because there's
with her.
There's
multiple
two
realities.
alternate.
Yeah.
What about if one time you get her preggers away from?
You're taking care of my kid, man.
And that's my baby.
you can't flush my baby.
My genetics are better.
no, like if I would have never met her, I don't know.
You can't kill my baby.
I always had money before that, so I don't think I ever get into money issues.
So like, if you never
Probably
got
not.
if you never got into her, Phil, what would
You probably have
what
a
would-
camera.
What would your life have been?
No, I just don't get into money issues. I might have.
You had bought that huge fucking laptop, dog. You were ready to buy all your fucking equipment.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah.
yes
Be
and no.
real.
Yeah, yes and no.
You had bought that huge laptop to watch.
That
TV on.
laptop wouldn't have done shit. That laptop was
Yeah, but you had just
It
been
was a
buying.
travesty
But he was
against
buying
mankind.
shit, dog. You would have been spending on
Yeah,
stuff that you thought was gonna get you to the next
Right.
level.
no.
That would have been hooking it up more.
Like instead of
Maybe the podcast starts a little earlier, dog.
probably.
Oh,
Oh
because you weren't here.
Oh,
no, but we
I
had
wasn't
talked
there.
about him doing a
How we gonna
podcast
do
before.
drive to Irvine for Irvine's
No.
quinta? Bro?
You
Nah,
could
yeah.
Skype it. Dog. No,
Quinta la verga.
We probably would have tried Skype.
I probably.
No, it wouldn't.
I'm not so invested in other shit that I maybe actually put my hat in the ring to do the actual videos for myself.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And this is like,
Hypothetical. Yeah.
hypothetical.
Start your
I'm not
YouTube
saying.
channel earlier. Way
Nah,
earlier.
he thought YouTube was trash.
Oh, you did?
I brought it up to him, and he's like, "This."
Well, I wanted to make short films. I wanted to be a film festival director.
True.
I want.
This was about, bro.
I wanted to be legit.
Not
YouTube
into-
wasn't a
not-
brand yet. Bro.
Yeah, not a brand yet.
You know what I mean?
I'm
Well,
looking for a brand
I just
name,
didn't know
bro.
you could make films for YouTube. I just thought, that people just put stupid videos on there. It's not like
Yeah.
a place where you go and like
He's
who
narrow-minded.
who from YouTube has made like a feature. You know what I mean? Like
Well, back
that's
then,
the way
no.
I thought. I want to make
Yeah.
features. That means you have to make shorts that or like you have to make
I
festival
want the roads
movies.
that have already been ridden on.
Well, that's the only path that's ever.
Yeah.
you know?
Fuck trailblazing pussy.
They're already paid. Why would I go try to trailblaze this shit?
Because Juan's always right.
So I don't know. I try to pitch a movie, try to get chosen,
Mm-hmm.
do it. I'm not saying and I don't know.
Had some a better social life though.
Yeah, have a way better social life.
We've been mad partying pussy.
Because
Did
I
we
was a
live with
different
this,
dude
though?
back then too, dog.
You were a different dude.
The fool's a little light, a little
You had
sunshine.
a lot more slack.
I love people, though. I love gatherings. Even back then, like back then, we used to do a lot more kicking it, a lot more having people over, a lot more parties, a lot like all that shit just started dying. There was one less money and less everything.
We might would have had a Snake Arthur's plumbing a lot.
Oh, that's another thing, dog. The old ass plumbing in my house, dog.
That should have been ragged by us. Bro.
Yeah.
So
I'll eat my Wheaties, bro. It's all good.
so
Soft
it would have definitely been different, but
we're learning.
you can't even fucking think. Well, not that think about it. It's just like it just didn't happen. Gotta learn from it and hope to be better from it. I don't know. Probably a good place to stop.
Yeah.
Trying to watch the rest of this game.
Mhm.
Savage life.
I'm Nestor.
Savage life.
This is Adrian.
And Arthur.
You guys have a good week. We'll check you guys later.
Make sure you thank you all the Patreon list.
Shout out to the Patreons.
Yeah.
Javi, Karen, and Julio.
iTunes reviews. If you guys got a chance, anybody, they're always appreciated.
And subscribe to our YouTube.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah.
Oh, is Zeke getting a big shit?
Yep.